the Sports Hub, an Easley Media Group station. Sports Hub headlines.
Red Sox completed a rare 4-game sweep of the Yankees last night at Fenway Park. They beat them 5-4 in 10 innings. Sonny Gray took a no-hitter into the 8th inning. The Sox led 2-0 heading to the bottom of the 9th, but a Wilyer Abreu throwing error opened up the door for the Yankees to tie it, and then another Abreu error helped to hand them a 4-2 lead. The Sox got 3 in the 10th. Jaron Duran's RBI single with the bases loaded made the difference for Chad Tracy.
Nothing really hit hard in that 10th inning there, and you fall down 2, and that's the number you're looking for as the road team. Can you get up 2, and then you got options. You can let 1 in or whatever, but to see the equality of those at-bats there trailing and to come back and win the game was really something.
Sox are now only 10 games under 500. They play the Washington Nationals at Fenway Park tomorrow night. As for the Celtics, they still have Jaylen Brown on their roster this morning with the NBA's legal tampering period set to begin at 6 p.m. tomorrow night. Charlotte made another big trade. They sent Miles Bridges and first and second round draft picks to Phoenix for Grayson Allen, Royce O'Neal, and a first-round draft pick. At the World Cup, Canada got a second-half stoppage-time goal to beat South Africa 1-0. It's their first-ever knockout round win. There are 3 more matches scheduled for today. Brazil faces Japan. Germany plays Paraguay in Foxborough at 4:30, and the Netherlands will oppose Morocco. The U.S. faces Bosnia-Herzegovina Wednesday night. And in golf, Scotty Scheffler made a 9-foot par putt on 18 to tie Victor Hovland and force a playoff at 9 a.m. this morning at the Travelers Championship. The 2 men will play the 18th hole again and keep playing it until there's a winner. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Michelob Ultra. Watch the world's biggest matchups with 98.5 The Sports Hub. Details at 985thesportshub.com. Presented by Michelob Ultra, the official beer sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 2026. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 6:30.
Boston Sports. Boston Sports. And it is all we do. 98.5, the Sports Hub.
Ladies and gentlemen, I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Toucher.
Yes, I finally shaved my nuts.
And Hardy.
Who, me?
Just hanging around.
On 98.5.
Tinkerman, heard about you.
Yeah.
We're Costco guys. Of course we go shopping while eating a chicken bake.
That's gross.
Not a great cook, but I do cook.
When I asked him about the sides,
kick them in the balls.
I don't care about it, but it's not good behavior.
Blaze Bailey is omitted.
Toucher and Hardy.
We're the best friends that can be, my buddy and me.
On 98.5, the Sports Hub.
Let's go.
I don't want them serving my food.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning. We are Toucher and Hardy, and we are in the Town Fair Tire Studios. You can watch us on YouTube. Subscribe to 98.5 The Sports Hub on YouTube. Our podcast is available wherever you get podcasts. The YouTube videos are up forever. You can call us at 617-779-0985. I hope everyone had a lovely weekend. My son, his car is getting auto body service done to it, which is probably costing as much as the car is worth. I think we're going to call this is it in terms of fixing the car.
Yeah.
It's not a mechanical issue, that this is the last body work, because he couldn't really open the front door, the passenger or the driver's side door, but he still could drive the car. But my ex-wife wanted to get it fixed, and insurance is covering it, but it's I don't know if that was.
Might just hop in through the side of that thing, Dukes of Hazzard style. You weld the door shut.
Yeah, I don't really know why we have to keep doing this, but this is the second time we've had to have body work done on his car, but I don't really know why this has to keep happening.
Why don't you, the body work is one thing. Why don't you pay for the full detail too? Get that thing real nice. Get the clay done on it and do the interior detail, really get it sharp for him.
Yeah. So I've been driving around a rental car because he's too young to drive the rental car. And yesterday evening, I popped the left front tire on the rental car. And I said, I'm not going to deal with this today. And I don't even think the rental car place was probably open, so whatever. So now I'm going to have AAA come out and change the tire, which they'll do even if I'm a AAA member and
Yes.
it's a rental. Okay,
Sure.
they will do it.
Yep.
And then I'll drive it back to the rental car place, and I'm hoping that the rental car place gives me a new car. And, I obviously I'm not a sucker. I didn't get the rental car insurance, but I got to figure that I can't be responsible for a tire going flat.
I wouldn't think so. They may question you, not judging, as I'm not right now. When did you notice the flat tire on the car?
Oh, I immediately.
But what time yesterday?
Well, I haven't driven it yet. I haven't driven it on the flat.
Okay.
Okay, so 6 yesterday.
Yesterday evening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I was, and again, no judgment, because I can see it. Yeah, exactly. I thought maybe you went out to drive it yesterday morning, like around 10, saw it was flat, and like, I'm not going to deal with this. That was a little judgy. That was a little mocking. And for that, I apologize. But last night,
I have an alibi.
6
I
o'clock.
wasn't even within 100 miles of the car yesterday morning.
Yeah.
I do. I have an alibi.
So that all checks out. Yeah, I mean, so you're going to have AAA come out and fix the tire.
Unless you want to come over and just fix that thing. If it really is going to raise your blood pressure.
No, I overextended myself today.
But would you have normally wanted to come over and fix the tire?
No, absolutely. He would have
Oh,
gone.
I would think in a rental car they're almost required to have like, the jack, the spare, everything, like they're checked out, ready to go. Like, oh no, everything's here. That's part of the service we provide. We could probably have that thing changed in, I'm guessing, max 12 minutes.
Be like a pit stop.
Yeah.
Well, it's not one of those automatic jacks. There's no way it's one of those like jacks that like pushes itself up.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Okay, and so you have, because I have changed plenty of tires back in the day with the jack that's included in the car.
Yeah.
That's a good hour of getting the car jacked.
If everything, it's a good hour in like my car right now where I don't know where anything is.
Mm-hmm.
But I would almost think in a rental car they would have like, if it's not like the stock jack, it's something like even more simplified than that. Like, here's a universal, just, put this thing under the frame, loosen those lugs first, and then jack that sumbitch up.
Yeah, but it's putting the metal in and then pulling it down, and then taking it out and pulling it down.
Yeah, but there's two of us, and if one of us gets tired, then the other one hops in.
The thing is, it's not just a process of like screwing it up. It's down.
Well, that's
out,
why
down out.
If you get the right angle with that, it actually comes up on an angle, and you can turn it. You can turn it without having to constantly remove the.
No, well, I've never had a car that had that. When they come out for AAA, they have the thing that they plug into their truck, and it just goes and it goes right back up.
Hell yeah, they do.
So that I could do. If you gave me one of those that just automatically lifted the car. The only thing I can't do, I refuse to do, is jack the car up without an electric or a steam operator, what the hell they are.
I think that's what got Mark Fidrich screwing around with a jack. I think that's how he died. I think a car fell on him.
Well, he was going under it to like
He
go.
was going. I think he had a car. I'll double check that. But listen, either way, if you got AAA, have them come out there and do it. The question is, what happens when you take it back to Enterprise? Yeah, I don't know how much they look at that tire. You might want to throw a little piece of road debris into that thing before you take it back.
So my question is this: is that like I don't know of anything I could have done that would have broken the tire on my Bronco. Like I just there's no damage to the car. The tire just got a hole in it. I don't know what caused the hole. So how would they? Do they have forensics experts that in there that check out the tire?
You're not parking in Dorchester anymore. There aren't random nails and.
But even if there were, that's not my fault.
Right.
I mean, it's not my fault that the tire. I mean, it's not driver error. Mm-hmm.
Authorities concluded that Mark Fidrich had suffocated after his clothes had become entangled with the spinning power takeoff shaft on his 10-wheel truck.
10-wheel truck.
Yeah. They found him dead beneath his 10-wheel dump truck at his Northborough home around 2:30 back. No, that was 2009 he died.
Okay.
Oh, wrongful death suit filed against the makers of the truck. Uh-oh. I ain't touching this. All right. I'm sorry that happened to you, Fred. But it should be remedied in short order.
Yeah.
To me, that almost sounds like a fun day because you're going to get to call AAA and you're going to get to watch them, change the tire on the truck. That's not bad.
Have you ever had a AAA driver come out to you when you had a flat and when they were fixing your car, were you lobbing tons of questions at the poor guy while he was trying to get things together?
Johnny's busy, and that's roadside. You don't mess around there.
You don't?
Well, I've only called AAA, I think, once, and that was for my daughter's car, which did not have a spare, and we just had to have them come out and tow it.
Okay.
Because they were supposed to be run flats, and it did not run flat. Mm-hmm. So
got it.
That's not my problem.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see what Big Rental does with this thing. We'll see how they handle their business.
You'd have to think the basic agreement would include flat tires.
You would hope so. I don't. I certainly don't think it's like. And then watch, they'll be like the tire's $350, and you're like, okay, well, this is a Nissan Altima. I don't think that you're running on $300 tires. Like, you run a rental car company. People are going to get flat tires. I mean, they gave me a car with scratches all over it as it was, and I'm like, you sure you're not going to say I scratched this thing? And they're like, no, these are all fine because they're like, for whatever reason, the scratches were fine when they were and I'm like, okay.
According to producer Ryan Beaton, who just sent me some information, if you discover a flat tire in your rental car, follow the company policy rather than trying to fix it yourself. Now, I know you're not trying to fix it yourself, Fred, but even contacting AAA might run afoul of the rental company's agreement.
Well, I was intending on calling the rental company before I called AAA.
Good.
I was going to tell them that I had gotten a flat tire, that it was at my place of residence, and then how they wanted to handle that. Okay. They might have their own people that come out there.
Yes.
Because if they have their own people, that I'm sure I get charged for. But whatever. If that's the way they do business and it can keep things easy, that's good. So next week, I'm taking my daughter to Detroit, Michigan for ASAP Rocky. Then I get back on Thursday. Then I work here Friday. Then Friday afternoon, I head to beautiful Hoover, Alabama.
Nice.
Until the following Tuesday. So I'm basically gone from a Tuesday afternoon to Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah.
And I was like, because like all this stuff just happens, and then I'm like, oh Jesus, I haven't thought about the dog. I don't know if you guys are the same way, but the dog is like, unless I'm taking like a vacation, the dog is kind of like the last thing I think about because there's so many moving parts. Like I didn't know how long I was gonna have to be in Hoover. I didn't know all these things about it, and then I booked it at the last minute.
It's kind of the last thing I think about, and we don't have a dedicated place to go to. You've got, a doggy hotel that you've used and a place that you can conceivably call up, and there's your answer. Every time we do it, it's this conversation. T-Bone used to come over and stay at our house.
Well, this is where we're at, is because they can't take me at this dog hotel, so
call T-Bone.
I used to ask Nick But now Nick has a baby and another little kid, and I wouldn't let him take the dog if he wanted it because I don't want the dog. I don't want anything of mine around babies. That's just, you never know how they'll react. So I called my ex-wife and I'm like, look, do you think the guy that used to take our dogs would take my dog? And she's like, he just had a baby. And I'm like, oh. And she's like, well, there's these services where people will stay at your house. And I went, I'm like, I never thought about that. Stay at my house. And so I called one Ryan Beaton. And I said that, would you be willing to, I said, you can stay at my house. You can go to your parents' house. I don't care what you do. You can, there's, big gaps in the day that if you're going to be gone, that's fine. He just needs to be in a crate. You tell me. He goes, all right, can you give me till tomorrow morning? I said, I can give you till tomorrow morning. And then, sure enough, like an hour later, I get a text that says 10-4, good buddy.
Wow.
That's what I'm
Good for you, Ryan Beaton.
Okay, I'm going to ask John because Hardy's going to up it to try to look cool.
Okay.
How much do you think that Ryan Beaton should be paid per day to stay at my house and watch the dog? Just say he's staying at my house to watch the dog.
Just to stay at your house and watch your dog? Less than 150, 75?
What would you say?
$100 a day.
$150 a day.
Attaboy. All right, Ryan.
Look at Nick. Nick never got that much.
No,
that's exactly what that reaction was.
Oh, Nick's not happy.
Nick didn't stay at my house.
Yeah, that's a whole different level of caretaking, Nick.
Yeah, he's also caretaking the house. What
Wow.
are you doing? What are you trying to do? Why is everything broken in there? Why don't you just walk in the studio, you lazy effer? He's back there. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Oh, come
He's
on.
got no idea what's going on.
So $150 a day.
Oh no! Then he goes, I'll go to the other microphone in here.
Well, I reached for the microphone, but apparently somebody broke
He
it.
reached for the microphone.
Yeah, and then it took him like 6 years to go. It's broken. Oh,
the
best pivot.
The microphone was
The
broken.
microphone at Buckeye.
I reached for it, and it wasn't there.
Yeah, and then you
It's on
sat
the
around
side.
looking at it for 5 minutes until you decided to move over.
$150 is very generous.
It
per
is.
day.
How many
Yes.
days?
So Tuesday wouldn't be the full day. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Certainly 6 days at $150.
I'm just saying it's more than what you paid me.
What did I pay you? And when was the last time you did it?
I don't know. I don't remember. It's actually been a very long time.
It was probably 100.
I think it was a little bit less.
Well, did you just take my dog to your house?
No. Well, I
No,
think
you didn't
came
stay
to-
at my house.
I didn't stay at your house.
No, you didn't
No.
stay at my house.
No, I didn't.
See, I think staying at my house, because he lives with his parents, so
Yeah.
staying at my house makes it like a little bit more difficult for him. Like he's got to like take his stuff and like go to my house. You just had to take my dog and put it in your house.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are you going to stock the fridge for Ryan?
No,
See,
no. Nothing's included except for, and he's not allowed to bathe there
Yeah.
or use the toilet for any brown.
When T-Bone did it for us, I would probably not do this again. I'd probably just give him more money and say, go, get yourself some groceries or something for the week. But I went shopping for him, and I'm like, what do you eat? He's like, just like steak, chicken, like just all protein. So I went to Shaw's, and I just had a cart full of like various cuts of meat and boneless chicken breast.
I can totally see
And,
this. I can totally see
looked
this.
like I was on the Atkins diet when I checked out, and then our fridge was just stacked with chicken and lean beef products.
Mm-hmm.
And when we got home, it was a long trip. This was, I think, the last time he did it is when we did the trip in 22. And so I got him like, I got this guy so much meat, he's probably not going to go through it all. It was all gone. I think he grilled either steak or chicken or something every single night while he was there. It's completely all used up.
How much did you pay him?
I think I gave him $100 a day. Yeah, but it was I think it was for 12 days we were gone. So I gave him like 1,200 and stocked that fridge with hundreds of dollars worth of meats.
That's probably hundreds of dollars worth of meat.
It was.
So the thing is yeah, $150, and I'm giving you the freedom of doing whatever you want, taking the dog, leaving staying with the dog, whatever. No, there's no extras. You get $150 a day, and then that's what you get.
And the dog loved T-Bone, but I think she was kind of relieved when he left because he was taking her on 2 long walks every day.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, you need your exercise. You're getting a little soft around the edges there. So, and I asked him, like, where do you go? He's like, oh, just down to the baseball field, and sometimes we'll go in that back neighborhood. I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's like a Sunday morning, once a week walk. And she was getting that twice a day.
When you came home, was the dog obsessed with all your necks?
No, but I could see the dog's ribs. I'm like, oh.
No, the reason
and no table scraps from T-Bone.
The reason I was asking if it was obsessed with all your necks is because that she had been living with someone with no neck for so long that it was that maybe she was like thought it was she was like humans.
Yeah.
Back.
No.
No, I was wondering if she just started licking your neck out of appreciation for being back. All right. Well, listen, there's a room for him to sleep in. I'll have the cleaning lady come early next week.
More importantly, have the cleaning lady come before you re-inhabit your home.
Oh, yeah, because you know Ryan.
Yeah.
He's going to, I mean, just the tramps that he'll bring over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, you're going to pull so much strange. Good for you, kid.
I mean, imagine being able to say, like, I'm going to take you to Fred Toucher's house. And they're like, what? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, can I smell his sheets? And you're like, yeah. Bang you in the bed. Fred Toucher's bed? Yes. Can do. All right. We'll be back in just a moment.
More Toucher and Hardy on the way on the Sports Hub.
Hatcher and Hardy, brought to you by Leonard Hair Transplant Associates, where your hair doesn't have to be a game of what happened. So change your lettuce and change your life with Dr. Matthew Presti at 1-800-GET-HAIR. Hardy, what's going down in the streets?
Did you think it was even in the realm of possibility that the Red Sox would win 4 games in a row?
No.
Did you think that those 4 wins might come at home for the Boston Red Sox?
Oh, hell no.
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 Would you think it would come against a team that instead of being 10 games below 500 was 10 games above 500? No.
No.
None of these things seemed likely, possible, probable, yet that's the situation the Red Sox found themselves in yesterday as they're wrapping up a 4-game set against the Yankees. They had a chance to complete the 4-game sweep, and Caleb Durbin was doing his part. 4th inning.
He'll snap it to center field on a line base hit. Durbin beats a fastball and scores 2. First fastball of the sequence, first hit of the night.
And that made it 2-0 for the Red Sox. Sonny Gray kicking and dealing, had a no-hitter going until the 8th inning last night.
Up the middle, into center base hit. The first hit for the Yankees with 1 out in the 8th. Mastery from Sonny Gray, but not history.
No. How many hits did the Red Sox have at that point?
Couple?
Yeah, 2.
Okay, well,
2 hits.
What do you want?
How many hits did they have? That hit from Caleb Durbin, the only one they got over the first 6 innings.
John,
yeah,
this is the way this team is built.
It is. Absolutely zero offense.
This is how they're going to win a bunch of baseball games.
Sure.
And Sonny Gray gets them in a great position there. You don't have to worry about him, throwing a complete game. Now you get Chapman out there to finish things off there in the 9th inning, and everything's going to be great.
Well, real quick, and the Sonny Gray, his season high for pitches was 93. He had already passed that.
Ooh.
When we got to the point where he gave up the no-hitter. I would have been very interested to see what Chad Tracy would have done if he had somehow gotten through the 8th inning without giving up any hits and he was at about 100 pitches, which is where he was headed.
Yeah.
So, Fred, I ask you, as well as you, Hardy, if you are Chad Tracy, Sonny Gray is pitching the game of his life on top of an already good season. He has a no-hitter through 8. You're up 2-0. He's at 100 pitches. Do you send him back out there?
No.
I don't think I would either.
And I think Chad Tracy would have taken him out as well. I was watching this game. He was laboring through the 7th and into the 8th. He was going full counts on guys. You could see him waiting until the very last second. That pitch clock ran all the way down on like 5 straight hitters. He wasn't. I think that Tracy would have taken him out as well.
Yeah. Well. Things went south there as they brought in Chapman. Yeah.
That's one high fly ball, a rainbow to right. Abreu has a great arm. He's underneath it. Caballero runs for 3rd. Okay. And the ball gets away. Volpe to 2nd, a run home. Behind the play, he'll get to 3rd. Volpe to 3rd. The ball kicked around in the pinball machine. And it's 2-1.
Okay. Of all the players to criticize, Willie Abreu is low on the list. He's a Gold Glover. He's been a Gold Glover back-to-back years. I don't know where that throw is going. He airmailed the cutoff man by about, 10 feet over his head. Ball bounced at the mound and disappeared in between the Yankees' dugout and home plate and bounced off the wall. And by the time Aroldis Chapman got there to pick the ball up, the guy on second had scored. The guy on first was all the way at third base. But that's the fatal flaw. The Red Sox always make mistakes like this, and you don't know who it is that's going to commit them. This is what happened last night.
Look, one mistake, as long as you can get yourself out of the inning, it's only a 2-1 game, and there's no issue.
On 2 strikes. It's a chopper to shortstop. The throw coming home is not in time.
I didn't even think there was going to be a play.
Yeah. I thought he was just going to go to first with it, honestly.
Yeah, he left the front part. Got it. Yep, got it right in there. It's a nice slide. Really good slide.
Paul Goldschmidt reaching there on the fielder's choice.
And by the way, the ball never should have been thrown home. The only reason it was thrown home is because the second baseman, Siegler, was screaming at him to throw the ball home. If you're the shortstop, you're waiting for the chopper to come down.
Yeah.
He was never going to get that runner, and you would have limited the Yankees' ability to move runners along. But no, he threw it home. Everybody's safe. Tie ball game.
All right, so we'll go to the 10th where the Yankees score a couple of runs.
Another error by Abreu, by the way.
I wasn't going to belabor that point.
It's all right.
I was just going to get to the good stuff here because you want offense finally. In the bottom of the 10th inning, you got some offense.
It's Duran first. The wall is set for the Yankees on the infield. Nobody home. The Red Sox somehow find a way against the Yankees.
Well, the Sox have been looking for a spark, boys. Sweeping the Yankees at home is one way to find it. That was a heck of a ball game.
And that's the way it should have turned. Sonny Gray pitched so good. I know he didn't get the win, but he pitched. I mean, that was a tremendous game. Fun to watch. Like I said earlier, fun, boys.
Your daddy
That's what he said.
Away,
he said that. He said it earlier, boys. Fun, boys.
I remember. I said it. I remember. I know you remember me saying it. Fun.
I said, remember me? Remember? Because remember when I got hit in the head with the shovel and I said, fun, boys, because I couldn't communicate properly? Do you remember that? Well, despite John's consistent insulting of the team's performance yesterday, they do win that game.
They did. They won 5-4.
They take 4 in a row.
Yep. They're only 10 games under 500 now.
And they're only 4.5 out of the wild card. And Pete Abraham asked the question, is this the spark that will lead the Red Sox into the promised land with this team?
Oh, did you want me to play that?
No, I didn't even know there was a clip.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe there was. Yeah, that's an interesting thought to have in your head if you're Pete Abraham or anyone else. Like at this point, there's a spark to be had.
Yeah, I mean,
nice.
It's great that they won 4 in a row.
Yeah,
I guess it can give you like a little bit of hope if they like run off like, I don't know, like, 6 more wins in a row.
Sure.
Then you go like, oh, okay, well, 6 more wins in a row now. You're only 4 games under 500.
If you win 10 in a row, yeah.
Well, I mean, when you get 15 games under 500, you kind of got to win like 9, 10 in a row to even get back to kind of treading water.
Yeah.
So yeah, they got a lot of work to do. But if they won 4 in a row, that's all they can do.
Yep.
And, they start again tomorrow, and if they can rally off a couple more, then you have a big winning streak.
Yeah, I'm all done, though, trying to predict who they're going to beat or, how they're going to do against teams because it's been all season long. It's like, all right, you got to take care of business against this team because then you got someone else coming in next week. It's like, no, you're losing to pretty much everybody, but you're certainly this team has been losing games. They even with their anemic offense are capable of hanging in and winning, and then they're losing the games against the better teams too. But 4 in a row is 4 in a row. So the Nationals, actually, that series starts tonight.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm sorry, that starts tonight.
Yeah, they got a 3 games set tonight.
Yeah, the Red Sox starting rotation has put together 11 consecutive quality starts. Quality start is at least 6 innings pitched, 3 runs or fewer given up.
Thank you, John.
The Red Sox needed 4 straight wins to post a record of 7-4 in those 11 games.
You just got something Wall explained to me.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. As if he somehow has information that the audience wouldn't know.
No, but he was looking right at me. It wasn't even to the audience. It was really more.
Well, he knows better than that to look at me and say these things.
Well, you don't look back at him. So.
Well, I do. He's in my line of sight.
How about Chad Tracy on Sonny Gray stand out there?
It wasn't crazy unreasonable. When you're doing that, you're going to let him go. We just wanted to make sure, especially once you get to the 8th and 9th, we're just going to have a backup, have somebody ready just in case so you don't stretch him too far. If you get up to hit, you make the move. Guerrero was ready, and then we would have done the same thing with Chappie in the 9th, but where he was at around 90 and he had an out, like you're going to let him chase that.
Should we be worried about Aroldis Chapman at this point?
That's just his trade value. I mean, I would like him not to pitch again until the trade deadline.
Hopefully, Just cross your fingers that nobody saw that last night.
The last couple games, like he hasn't been good. Well, I don't know what he did over the weekend, but I know that he's had at least a couple bad games in the last handful. So
he was really solid Saturday night.
Okay,
he was very solid on Saturday.
Very good. I was.
But the other three outings around that, not good.
Okay, so there you go. That's why I put the qualifier on it. Yeah, I didn't know what happened on Saturday. I had other things to attend to, but there you have it.
Yep. Yesterday, Cromwell, Connecticut, Travelers Championship.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Those guys taking advantage of the kinder conditions there comparatively speaking, and what they faced at Shinnecock Hills a couple of weekends ago. TPC River Highlands, receptive. A lot of birdies out there on the course. Scotty Scheffler coming down the stretch, #1 player in the world, trying to hold off Victor Hovland, who had made 3 birdies in a row on the back. There was a long rain delay. They got back out onto the course. Those guys trying to finish with daylight fading. Victor Hovland making a par in 18. Scotty Scheffler, who airmailed the green. Did he? No, he was just behind. He was just above the hole. Sent his birdie putt. There was a lot of debate as to how far the first putt went past the hole. I said 6-7 feet.
6-7.
Other people 6-7. Other people are saying no, it's not that far. I'm like, look, he could lay down in between that ball and the cup right now.
The broadcast said 8.5.
Thank you, John.
Yes.
So
John was on top of that. He had a big weekend.
Yes.
So
great.
You were sitting there watching the Travelers.
Well, it was on when the baseball game was supposed to be on.
Right.
So
right.
Hovland in the hole, 21 under par.
The baseball game was, you had to be locked in right when it started.
Red Sox and Yankees, Fred, Sunday night. We discussed this.
I mean, it's your job.
It's appointment viewing.
That's right. In all fairness, John, it's his job to watch 162 Yankees.
To watch every game. That was some advice I got years ago. Watch every game.
Well, that was the advice Fred got. Fred got that when we started.
You got to watch every game. You got to watch every game.
Scheffler needing this putt to remain at 21 under par.
Yes! Scheffler again walks it in. Amazing stuff by Scheffler. And another great atmosphere on a Sunday at the Travelers, but we will head into Monday.
That's right, as daylight had faded to the point where they could not continue. So they will go out on the course at 9 a.m. this morning.
Tickets, yeah.
If you had tickets for Sunday, they will be honored today. You can go back to the course and just get out there and watch.
You want to get out of here early and just pop down there?
You know what? It's not out of the realm of possibility that this is something I would consider, but there's a very good chance they play one hole. Now, all those people have to come back to work today that thought the tournament was over for what might end up being 8 minutes of golf. It's sudden death. So they're just going to play 18 over and over and over again until somebody has a different score than the other guy. So that is what will be happening this morning there at the Travelers.
All right. We'll be back in just a moment. Here are the headlines.
Fun, boys.
Sports Hub.
Brent Hardy, yesterday I got a text from AJ DeBonce's dad, and he said, we're going to be in town Monday morning and through Tuesday. I said, okay. Do you want to come in? And then he goes, here's my business manager's number. And I said, okay.
Oh.
I said, but do you want to come in? And he said, sure. So I sent Ryan the information, and so I guess AJ is coming in. The first round pick, the first overall pick in the NBA draft will be in studio. I know he was doing stuff in Brockton, doing charity work in Brockton, so we'll have him in. We had him in before he went to BYU. We had him in after he got to BYU, and now we have him in after he's been the first overall pick in the NBA draft. So we'll keep an eye on him and do a psychological evaluation.
Yeah. I think we should really, get inside the young man's mind and poke around a little bit.
Mm-hmm. You got to sometimes.
Absolutely.
You absolutely have to.
World Cup action yesterday. Canada with the late goal against South Africa, 1-0. So they are on to the last 16. Is that how we're going to refer to it?
Sure.
When you win in the knockout stage?
Okay.
All right. They don't call it the Sweet 16.
Go with that.
Now, does anyone get buys?
No buys.
All right. Everyone's always, no one ever leaves.
Straight schedule, straight 32.
Straight cash, homie.
Okay.
1 o'clock this afternoon, Japan will play Brazil. I don't know the odds on this game, but I got to think this might be it for Japan. At 4:30 this afternoon, contrary to a report earlier from John Wallach that there would be no games played at Boston Stadium today.
Thought it was tomorrow.
There will, in fact, be a match today at 4:30 between Germany and Paraguay in the knockout stage, and then Netherlands-Morocco tonight as Abdo's team continues their Cinderella run.
When is the last round that has games in Boston?
They have one quarterfinal match. This is the second to last match at Gillette. They have one game of the quarterfinals, and that's it.
Okay. And do we know who would participate in that yet, or did they mix it all up?
I don't know who it is.
Oh,
I do not know.
All right.
Well, he didn't even know there was a.
I guess you don't know a whole lot
match
about
today.
anything.
I mean, what do you expect him to know?
All right, stupid.
Sounds like he's the last person you should ask. Let me ask you guys something else here.
Well, he's been to a game.
Yep.
When is it too early for fireworks for the 4th of July celebration? And this is a big one. This
250,
sesquicentennial, whatever it is.
Is this you're lighting them off yourself?
No.
Well, based on the crowds in D.C. for the big 250th fair, I would say this is the biggest one. I mean, if you count, there's literally like a couple thousand people that have gathered in Washington, D.C.
Who wound up playing in that concert?
Nobody, because Vanilla Ice got rained out.
Oh.
So literally nobody has played.
They erected a stage and no one showed up.
No, Trump has made a speech. He did that the other night. But other than that, I'm unaware of any performances. Vanilla Ice was there. He was making hype videos before it.
Oh, yeah. We have the audio from one of those.
We're about to have a great party tonight. This is going to be epic. And you can see it. Look here. Give you a big panoramic view. This is going to be good tonight. You didn't really fit in, put your dancing shoes on. We're all teenagers. Let's go. Happy birthday, America.
Yeah, he didn't end up playing because of rain. So, to my knowledge, I know they said Lee Greenwood and stuff, and maybe he's playing the actual 4th of July. If his calendar's not completely booked, I would imagine Lee Greenwood, a lot of gigs. That's his... that Dropkick Murphy's got St. Patrick's Day. Lee Greenwood's got 4th of July.
He's got 4th of July, absolutely. Well, I bring it up because last night at the Irish Cultural Center, which is maybe 400 yards as the crow flies from my home, but it takes 12 minutes to drive there because you can't get there. You can walk there faster than you can drive there. They held their fireworks celebration last night, which seemed early, but kind of cool because they get the jump on everybody. And I saw some driving back from, I was down in the South Shore on Saturday night we saw some fireworks going on. That's a full week
Yeah.
before the 4th of July. I think last night was like probably the earliest you should probably do it. But we get a chance. Here's what we do, Fred. We just go out on the front lawn, right? And for the really best viewing spot, we go across the street to my largely useless neighbor's house. He wasn't even home. Left the garage door open, by the way.
What was in there?
All kinds of stuff. I know what's in there. I didn't have to go in there poking around. I can tell you.
But you did, didn't you?
No, I can give you an inventory right now of what was in there. I don't know if it's all in there this morning because I don't know how long you left that garage door open.
How close to the garage door did you get to see if anything was going wrong?
60 feet. And I was close enough to see, which, who had parked on what side. And it was, standard parking for those two. But, and I know he was just up the street, but still, I'm like, Chris, don't leave that garage door.
What house up the street was he at?
He was over at Roger's house.
Okay.
Because they're a little higher up on the hill. They really got the view up there. But, you can see the fireworks.
Are you beefing with Roger?
Oh, no. God, no. Roger's the guy with all the tools, man.
But why weren't you at Roger's house?
He's got that mini front loader, too. He's got all the toys. You name it. You know what we did over the weekend?
He's like Bezos.
Well, I came home from playing golf on Saturday, and I was hot. I was pissed because I see across the street, again, at the largely useless guy's house, there were two trees that were kind of growing together. There was a plum tree that they had planted, but this other tree started growing up around it, and it kind of like half circled it, and there was a tree within a tree. And it was finally decided they were going to take that outer tree down. And they had started the project without me. I'm like, what are we doing? So I park. I get across the street, and I'm like, hey, what gives? I'm like, oh, well, we didn't know where you were. You were off playing golf. I'm like, I'll be over in a minute. So I grabbed my chainsaw, hard hats, safety goggles, went over there. And we took that sumbitch down, had many, many pieces, and it was surgical. We had a reciprocating saw to kind of separate the true trunks that we were afraid had like fused together. They had not. But, we kind of made a surgical cut down there, and then I got in there and did the angle cuts with the chainsaw to kind of, get the bigger pieces off.
Did you take a step back to admire your work with your hands on your hips at any point?
I did it again this morning as I was leaving for work. I stood there and like, that does look better. That's a nice job.
Did you take a picture?
I have before and afters, yeah.
Did you really?
Well, I didn't have the before because I didn't know what was going on. But if you go back,
because they did without you.
You go back on the Ring camera and you can see it, perfectly.
On your Ring camera?
On my Ring camera,
Okay.
yeah, because it's right across the street.
Have you looked at the Ring cameras, pictures of the before and after?
Yeah. Okay. I'll send them to you.
All right, thank you.
If you want to see.
Right.
But yeah, we've stood over at Chris's house watching those fireworks. And they're the best fireworks I've seen outside of the what do you call it? The Esplanade fireworks, which are amazing. We stood there last night and I'm like, this is great. And it's 6 days before the 4th of July. I don't need to do anything else.
No, you really do. You do. You really do. You'll kick yourself if you don't watch another fireworks display.
I'm saying I don't need to celebrate the nation's birthday anymore. I did it all last night.
Oh no, you do. I mean, believe me. If you listen, who knows if you'll be around next 4th of July? Don't die without seeing as many fireworks displays as you can.
What do you think? You weren't in Hoover, Alabama for the 4th of July last year.
No, I was in. My daughter and I went with friends to the Newton, whatever you stand in that field at Albemarle or whatever.
Okay,
Albemarle.
I'm not sure that's the right pronunciation.
Altamont.
Are you positive?
No.
Yeah, you're not positive.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, I think it's Albemarle, but I could be wrong.
So what do you think the festivities will be like in Hoover to celebrate America's birthday?
I'm not going to be there. That's Friday. This is a week from Friday that I'm going to Hoover, the 10th.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm here all week. I'm not working the 3rd, but I'm here all week.
All right.
This is the first holiday, really, I'm not working, other than the first holiday of the year. I jammed them all in. And this puts me right where I need to be with vacation.
Well, maybe we'll plan something for a show. Have a birthday party for America. All of us are going to be in town.
I'm not going to be in town.
Where are you going?
London.
Oh, that is
for the 4th of July.
Turncoat. Yeah.
Wouldn't it be that? Doesn't
Going
that
to
make
the
sense?
enemy.
Have fun, Benedict Arnold.
Now, what are you doing in London?
It's a week's vacation.
What are you doing in London?
We're going to all of the touristy things
Like
that
what?
you do in London. London Bridge, Windsor Castle. What else are we doing?
Look out,
I
kids.
think we're going to go to Wimbledon for one day. What else?
He thinks.
No.
Much like he thought he was going to take them to the playoff game in Philadelphia.
What?
Think.
Playoff game in okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Celtics.
That one.
Celtics and Phil. It's so long ago.
Did we
Fred.
talk about this? Weren't you
it was
bitching
real
about
long
the cost of Wimbledon tickets?
Yes,
thought
I
you weren't
was.
gonna
So,
go.
well, I told you guys we're going to sit out and get grounds passes. We're going to arrive early in the morning. And I've checked the weather. It's not going to be 100 degrees. It's only going to be 80. So it's tolerable to sit
So you're
there.
still doing that? You're still
Yes.
going to do the
On Monday morning, yes.
instead of just buying them now.
Yes. Monday morning.
Kids, look out.
Grounds passes.
Kids, look out. You get to stand in line all morning for something you probably don't even want to go to.
Tower of London.
Tower of London. I think, unfortunately, my
they're not
wife
going
wants
to
to
Tower
go
of London.
to the Wax Museum, which I am very much against.
Yeah, because she's a cultural elitist.
The haunted house.
The Haunted House. Yep.
Yeah, you got to go
Big
to the Wax
Ben,
Museum.
Buckingham Palace, all the touristy stuff.
They'll love it.
Yep.
Good. Take them to a bunch of stuff that they don't
I will
know
write.
cultural references.
I will write down the locations for my Notting Hill location tour. So you get on over to Notting Hill, and I'll tell you all the places to go to see the Whoops-a-Daisies Gate, to see William Thacker's
Sure.
front door.
All right, we have to break.
let's do that.
It's almost
Bookstore.
7 o'clock. All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
You're listening to Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
On the biggest stage of the world, FanDuel is changing the game because sometimes you're... brand new life around the bend. Skiddly dee,
See, I was worried about this bit, but now I feel so much better about it because I didn't know you knew all the words to the
rack it again.
Yeah, re-rack it. Start it over, B.
All right, so there's a final round of the Travelers Championship that's going on right now in Connecticut. Last week we were in Connecticut, and Hardy's like, "We got to go to Connecticut. We got to go to Connecticut. I love golf. Well, let's find out how much you know about Connecticut. Do you know what show the Ocala Star Banner said after its premiere?
What? Well, I don't even understand the question. Say it again.
Do you know the show that after its premiere, the newspaper, the Ocala Star Banner, compared the two lead characters to Katharine Hepburn and Spencer Tracy?
Yeah,
you didn't let me finish.
Okay. Well,
you know, the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel called it a pleasant little sitcom.
Yeah. I assume you're talking about Who's the Boss.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah, I'm talking about Who's the Boss.
Tony Danza and Spencer Tracy? Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'll be the one question I get right in all this. I know we're doing something related to Who's
You
the
know
Boss.
plenty. All right, so
I don't know
what's the plot, just real quick, because the first question is so easy, but this isn't it. I'm going to play you a scene, and you're going to tell me what's going on in the scene.
All right.
And I'll tell you even the season and the episode.
Oh.
Okay. Now,
What's the plot of the show?
Okay.
Like, just give me a matchbook, back of a matchbook plot of the show.
I've seen 2 seconds of this maybe in my life, but
lie.
I believe I'm not lying. I believe Tony Danza is employed as some kind of a manny for Monica?
Angela.
Mona.
Angela. Mona is her mom.
Okay.
Who originally, before rewrites, was going to be her older sister.
Okay. So some kind of a houseboy manny situation, right? And
Well, no, he's a live-in housekeeper.
Okay.
Ex-baseball player, correct?
Yeah, you saw the slide at the beginning.
I've seen the slide at the beginning.
But that's apparently a softball game.
Oh.
Okay. So that is the premise of the show and the trials and tribulations of, hey, who's really the boss here? You know?
No. Wrong.
That's not the premise of the show.
The Angela is what? What's her job?
She's a madam.
I like that
No,
better.
but Mona could be. But Mona would have sex with all the guys and never let the hookers have any because she loves sex. No, Angela's a high-ranking, stress-filled A-type advertising executive in Manhattan.
Okay. All
Now,
right.
she lives in Fairfield, Connecticut. Now, she's divorced. Now, Tony is an ex-baseball player, but he's got a
child.
A daughter named Samantha. And
He's got a hair lip. Does he not?
No.
Okay.
No. So he goes, I need to get Samantha out of the Brooklyn. And so he moves her to Fairfield, Connecticut, in his van. And he goes in and she doesn't know, but she's so, I got so many things to do. I don't have time to think.
Okay.
And she hires Tony. Okay.
All right.
So that's the first episode. Tony shows up. He gets the job. Here we go. Beautiful Judith Light. Honky Tony Danza.
Gotcha.
Okay, so now we're rubbing our hands together. All right.
What's going to happen with these two?
Episode 2, Season 1.
Okay.
At least it certainly implies what's happening.
Okay.
Going down the path with my bubble bath. Hi ho, hi ho, hi ho, hi ho.
I'm sorry. You guys, I didn't want you to not hear the audio because of your laughter. He's singing, you know?
Yeah.
He's hunky.
Right.
But he's still singing.
He's going down the path with his bubble bath. Hi ho, hi ho.
Remember. This is comedy.
I understand.
Okay.
Going down the path with my bubble bath. Hi ho, hi ho, hi ho, hi ho, hi ho, hi, holy smoke.
All right, I'm going to stop it there. There's 30 seconds left. What happened?
He was going to take a bath in the home owned by Angela, and he walked in, and she was in the bathroom naked.
I will say she's in the bathroom with a robe on.
Hardy's right.
Whoa! That's kind of risque for...
Hey, look, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay, you're sorry. You're sorry.
Yeah. This is after he beat her child.
Different episode or same episode?
No, same episode. The second episode, he really beats the hell out of her son.
Oh, okay. So this is a two-parter.
Yeah. And then he walks in on her naked, and he's, I just wanted to apologize. I lost my temper.
Hey, look, I didn't see anything.
You saw everything.
I got a lousy memory.
Oh, sure.
I was looking at your headset.
Well, I'll just bet you were.
All right, so there you go. All right,
Is the headset supposed to be a double entendre for breasts? Because that got a big laugh from the studio audience. I'm not sure what the joke was.
I like to ignore the double entendre unless Mona's saying it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so fast forward 12 episodes from there.
All right.
It's season 1, episode 14. I'll give you a little background.
Okay.
Angela is, she's a little... Tony's playing things fast and loose.
I understand.
There's ways that have to be, like your neighbor. There's things that have to be done. But she's like this close to firing him. But then they're a little bubbly. She's a little bubbly. She goes out to an event. I think I remember this. And is this where she has a aggressive coworker over at some point? I don't know. I don't want to get too in the weeds, but what happens here?
Okay.
I just remembered what I told Wendy about you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
So you just want to know what happens?
There's 23 seconds, but I don't think you need it. What happens?
Okay, I just remember when I told Wendy about you. She sees something. Did she see something?
No. John?
There was a kiss there somewhere, Fred. Between Tony and Wendy.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
I could
clearly, we're both incorrect.
Oh, my God, are you guys idiots? Angela's drunk.
Okay.
Okay.
She's with Tony. You heard both of them.
Yeah.
Where is Wendy, you fool?
I thought he was talking about
No, what? They're just talking like she's not there? What the hell kind of dialogue would that be?
I just remembered what I told Wendy about you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What's going on there?
Well, they bump into each other, and Tony accidentally finishes. All over the suit that she was going to wear to the big ad exec meeting the next day.
He's got to clean it.
She was trying it on. Oh, look, let's have some champagne. I'm going to show you the outfit I'm going to wear tomorrow. He bumps into her, immediately, prematurely ends, and it ruins her outfit for the next day.
You saw this one. He's watching her get changed, and he's playing with himself, and she bumps into him, and it ends.
Okay, all right.
No, of course not. But so something comedic happens. She falls, and when she falls, Tony does what? He
denies the Holocaust.
No, that's in the season 3.
Okay.
When she falls, he
grabs her ass.
Oh, I just want to know if John really can do this. When she falls, he
picks her up. I don't know what happens. What?
Where'd you go to college? When she falls, he picks her up. She falls down and he picks her up
and takes
real
her-
hard.
and takes her
he
to the
catches her up and kisses her.
He catches
Yeah,
her.
well done, John. Yes,
Yes.
He catches her, and then they smooch.
Okay.
But nothing goes from there. And then we'll end with this.
All right, I'm 2 for 2.
All right.
I like your explanation a lot better than reality. It was good.
Shut up, John.
Yeah.
Reality is the greatest. Okay. So here we are. Season 3. Or season 1. I'm sorry. It's still season 1. So remember, at the end of the show, Samantha gets married. But she's a child when this starts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And Tony is what? To Sam, she's his daughter, so he is a little bit old school. He's, with Sam, he's,
Protective?
overprotective of Sam. Okay.
Hi, honey.
Hi, Dad.
Long time since we talked, huh? When people reach a certain age, honey, they begin to have trouble catching footballs.
He's a guy trying to talk to a girl. I mean, come on. This is this little lady. I got the things.
Well, not all
It would be funny if every answer was he's making pizza.
people, just girls. Well, no, women. Women. Here.
What does he throw her?
Oh, it's her first rabbit, which is the remote controlled device.
She's a child.
with
What does he first throw her before you get too far down that rabbit hole? No pun intended.
A football. A baseball.
Oh, my God. It's John Tom.
I'm gonna say it was a brassiere.
Thank you.
Wow.
And that will do that for that segment.
Oh, are you sure?
Well, I'll leave it on John's declaration that was a football.
I feel terrible.
Well, you should feel dumb.
I do. I feel awful.
Unsarcastically, you should feel dumb.
I do. I feel terrible about ruining the segment. I do.
You didn't ruin anything.
Oh.
You just made it confusing and,
Okay.
and odd. Throw her a football that was wrapped up.
I overlooked that little sound detail. That's my fault.
Well, you're listening to detail.
Here.
It's a football.
Yeah. Yeah. Clearly a bra. That's true.
Well, it makes a lot more sense than
you're
a
right.
football.
Hey.
You know why you said football? Because he said football earlier in the
football.
sentence.
I
And here's another thing.
Boobies or no boobies, you're still gonna be able to catch a football if you're my daughter.
Damn right
John
you
said
are.
football because he said football. Listen to
Hi,
this.
honey.
Hi, Dad.
Long time since we talked, huh? When people reach a certain age, honey, they begin to have trouble catching footballs.
Oh, yeah.
That's why John said football.
There
It's
it
just
is.
like why he said he was a foodie.
Yeah.
It's just because you said foodie, and then he like latched onto it. We should do an experiment like far into the future with John if we could do something where he wouldn't know the answer, but we give a word in the question just to see if he'll give the answer as that word.
John's just thinking about this weekend. He's like, how much more polite they are in London. Just the British are so much more pleasant. They wouldn't attack you over something like this.
Probably not.
4
No.
days away.
No, they
John.
probably have their own version of the original Who's the Boss.
Yeah, that's right.
This was a takeoff.
The
This
lesser
was-
version.
Yeah, it's like The Office. This was,
The reverse office. Yeah.
It's a spin-off of the original. Hello, who's in charge here? See, you do the Americanized version. Who's the boss? You got to dumb it down.
Nothing's dumbed down for my people. It's the 250th anniversary, baby. This
It's
great
a
nation.
spin-off of What's All This Then?
What's all this then? What's all this then, Samantha? This is set in Liverpool. Samantha, it's that time of year where I give you a football. To you? No, actually not.
It's an over-the-shoulder boulder holder.
Right, you're seeming to become a woman. Your flower's blooming, ain't it?
Isn't it?
This is health teacher McCartney. Right.
New character.
You know, once a month you're going to get visited by a friend.
Yeah, Flo's coming, isn't she?
You're going to need whatever we call ponds across the pond. Samantha, it's a confusing time. Your hormones are going skibbly-doob-doob, but your body's saying habba-habba-hab. Right? All right, very good. We will be back, Jonathan. John Corrales he's upset at someone.
Yes, he is.
He
He's upset at someone in the media and his evaluation of Jaylen Brown.
Okay, we will get to that in just a moment. We'll return.
team. I was like, holy crap.
Hey, we're Toucher and Hardy. John, who was that speaking right there?
I didn't hear the second half of it. I was late putting on my headphones, so I do not know who it was.
Bobby Marks.
Thank you. That is Bobby Marks from ESPN. He is a capologist and other things for them.
All right, so Bobby Marks from ESPN is saying what, Jonathan?
He's saying that Jaylen Brown would be the 7th best player on the Celtics roster, basically.
Okay, according that he's talked to analytics people.
And his trade value is not nearly as high as one would think it is.
Okay.
And that angered our next guest.
John Corrales writes about the Celtics for Sports Illustrated. Hello, John.
Hello. Yes, that angered your next guest for sure.
Why? Why?
Well,
what about that?
It's a dumb thing to say. It's a dumb thing to say. You don't have to like Jaylen Brown. You don't have to like how he plays or anything like that. But to say he's the 7th best player on a team. He didn't say the Celtics. He said 7th best player on a team. It's dumb. Come on. Like he was voted the 6th best player in the NBA if you look at the all NBA rosters. So we got to get away from some of this really dumb conversation around Jaylen Brown. Like he's obviously we can, as I've been saying, he's shown he could be a number 1 guy, but maybe you think it was an aberration. Fine. He's been a number 2 guy his whole career and made an all NBA team as a number 2 guy. You might, if you're down on him, the lowest you can go is a number 3 on a team. Anything below that, it's just outrageous. And this isn't even an anti-analytics thing, because I believe in analytics. I believe in the eye test. I believe you're supposed to use both of those tools equally and use them to understand the full breadth of what you're watching. And what you watch with Jaylen Brown is he's one of the top 15, 20, 25 players in the league, and that should be the end of the story.
Okay, so having said all that, yeah, it's hyperbole and it's kind of nuts to say that he would be the 7th best player on a team. But the notion that the Celtics overvalue Jaylen Brown, whether it is with regard to the Giannis trade or reportedly what they're looking at now for first rounders, whatever, do you think there is an inherent problem with the Celtics overvaluing him?
I don't know if they are. I don't think it's a problem. I think they're setting a price, and that it's on them. They have their level of evaluation. They are the team that he has played for. They are the ones that know him the best, and they also know what the market has been for players of his ability and actually lesser ability. You know, Desmond Bane isn't as good as Jaylen Brown and got a haul. You know, you got 4 or 5 first-round picks for him and some good players. So to set the price at the beginning of a negotiation high for a guy who just made 2nd team All-NBA, that is not out of the question. And I got to stress, it's the beginning of a negotiation. Just because this is what they're asking for doesn't mean that this is what they're going to get. So they held a line on Giannis for various reasons. Part of it because of what Jaylen is as a player, but also part of it of where Giannis is as a player. Is a 32-year-old with recurring calf issues and a guy that's asking for an extension into his 36, 37-year-old seasons. It's not just that they value Jaylen super highly for Giannis. It's that they know that Giannis is on the downward swing. So they didn't want to go too far. They probably also feel like they had other deals that they could make that, so they didn't have to do the Giannis thing. So it's always a combination of more than just that one thing.
I've seen a lot of trade rumors flying around the last 3 or 4 days. Apparently Portland's the next team up, and they have things that the Celtics would want. I've looked at all of these trade rumors, and none of them really excite me. They're not getting a superstar back. They're getting a lot of picks and some role players, but it doesn't seem like making a Jaylen Brown trade would make this team better. It would seem like a step back.
Yeah, I tend to agree. There may be some deals out there that could kind of like reshape the roster to a point where maybe it doesn't make them better talent-wise, but maybe the fit works well enough where with Tatum and all that, like
Sounds like
can
you
say,
know
okay,
something. It sounds like you've heard something.
no. I'm not out here like reporting that
You're
there
not
are certain-
reporting, but it sounds like you've I'm not going to ask you what it is. I'm just saying it sounds like you've heard rumors.
Yeah, I've heard rumors, and I think that the Celtics they are trying to put a team together that does something like what the Knicks did this past season, where you've got your clear number one in Jalen Brunson. So your clear number one will be Jason Tatum. Now, is there somebody as good as Karl Anthony Towns out there? I don't know. Maybe. Also, our opinions weren't that high on Karl Anthony Towns earlier in the year, so you can find some sort of configuration where there's you can get something like that back. But I think the bigger issue here is the Celtics may be pivoting to we all came into this offseason thinking, all right, we went through the gap year. Jason's back. Now we can get back to the business of contending. And it's not out of the question that the Celtics are also like, well, maybe it's one more year of trying to figure this out. If Jalen is on his way out, you could, going back to the Portland thing, if you're taking back Jeremy Grant and his $34 million as part of this just because of salary matching, well, you're not making your team any better. Even if you get Shaedon Sharpe, even if you get Tamani Kamara, who I would love to get in a deal like that, or even if you're getting back Scoot Henderson, you're still, the Jeremy Grant piece is a piece that you're going to have to turn around and flip. And so this might be a process that goes beyond this summer, might go into next season, might go past even the trade deadline, which would be interesting and would kind of waste a year of Jason Tatum's prime. So a lot of this stuff that we didn't think would be possible this year might be possible this year because some of these deals for Jalen aren't necessarily, they're part win now, but they're not all win now.
John, the NBA's legal tampering period, for lack of a better phrase, is tomorrow night, leading up to the actual signing period, which is next week. Would it be better if the Celtics pulled the trigger on a Brown trade before this happens?
I mean, I would love to see that. Yes, I think it would be better. This is going to be very tough because clearly Brad Stevens knows what he wants and knows what he's willing to give up. So if they're going to trade Jaylen Brown, it would be best to do it, even if not by July 1st or the beginning of this period. By the time the moratorium lifts, July 6th, so when business can actually be done, they can operate in silence a little bit, but they need to get this stuff done because if this is still dragging into the middle of July, then you're going to miss out on some of these free agents that you're looking for, and it's going to be competitive. A lot of players are moving. There's a lot of trade chatter, so if you're going to do something, or let me just put it this way, if you're going to keep Jaylen Brown, that's not out of the question either. I know what it feels like, but it's not out of the question. It may be a very low chance, but it's still a chance that you keep Jaylen Brown. And if you're going to do that, you're going to build a different kind of team around him. So you got to get this done within the next week to give yourself the best chance at least attracting some of the guys and for other guys around the league to know what kind of team they're joining.
Okay, so this is what I'm having trouble with, John, is this just belief that seems to be pretty pervasive that you can't win with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Like a lot of people have just made up their minds that that's done with. Regardless of what happened 2 years ago, I know the league is different now and that you can't have the same pieces around them. But do you believe that with restructuring the players around them that they could win again with those two on the team? Because that seems to be the great divide in this whole thing. There are those who believe that you got to split them up and you're going to lose Brown and not Tatum, and that's the only way you can get back to another championship. Do you think that's the case?
I think you can win with Jason and Jalen.
So do I.
I know we're we're being very dismissive, not you, but in general, the championship of 2 seasons ago, right? 2 seasons ago, they won a championship. Now they also had Drew Holiday, they also had Kristaps Porzingis. They had a lot of the team was different, but you can build a team around these guys that wins. They're 2 of the best players. They're 2 potential All NBA players every season that they play. And Jason is obviously, when he's at his healthiest, a first-team All NBA guy. You can do it. Now, it does take a little bit. The first year after Jaylen Brown's best season as primarily the number 1 guy, that's a wild card. I don't know how that's going to go. I don't know what's going on in Jaylen's head. Listen, guys, Jaylen's been conspicuously silent about the trade rumors. We started off with the analytics guy being a moron, and Jaylen jumped on Twitter right away to call that guy out, but he hasn't said a thing about the trade rumors. So it tells me that Jaylen is somewhat complicit in all of this. Either he asked for a trade, which the reporting says he hasn't. Maybe that's being kind of massaged a little bit, but or he's like cool with it. If he's cool with it, then that means he's open to having his own team. So if he comes back, is he cool with coming back? That's the bigger question. But if he comes back and is okay with how the hierarchy goes and playing the role that he's played in the past, then yes, that's the major question. Then you can build around them. You gotta shore up your center spot. You got to get some scoring off the bench, someone else that can create their own shot. But you can do it. You can do it. But Jaylen's willingness to do it, and that is the thing that we don't know yet.
Do you think that they will play together next season?
I mean, it's hard to say that they will, because the momentum is going the way it is. So I'm going to say that Jaylen Brown is most likely gone, but it's not a fait accompli. It's not done. So knowing that Brad he's going to have his asking price. And if there was a player to give, to move on that asking price, it would have been Giannis. So if he didn't move for Giannis, I don't think he's going to move for Jeremy Grant, Shaedon Sharpe, and Scoot Henderson. So I feel like Brad has a price, and if that price isn't met, then yes, there's going to be a reunion. He's going to come back, but I think there's enough interest around the league that you can get enough of a bidding war going that it's probably going to get done some point soon.
If you had to this is a complete guess, what kind of time frame are we talking about?
Well, I think Brad understands that you have to get this done within the next week. Everybody understands. You can't. You're shooting yourself in the foot if you don't get this done by the time the free agency market opens.
And I know you said that Jaylen seems to be kind of quiet about the trade rumor aspect of this, but he's making so much conversation and engaging in everything else. I just wonder how this plays with the Celtics. How they look at this and if they think about long term, and actually figuring out a way to make everybody play nice together for another season. Like, how's this going to be? What's this guy's mindset going to be like after we tried to trade him again?
Yeah, that's an excellent question. As far as like. This is just a theory. I've been spending so much time just trying to work through all of this stuff that it's part of me feels like Jaylen said, I want to have my own team. And Brad said, I'll try to find you your own team. And they're working together. Again, this is just a theory. And if this doesn't work out, Brad can go back to Jaylen and be like, is Milwaukee the team you really want? Because we're willing to do this. We're not going to give you away either. Is Portland the team you want? Because we're not thrilled with it. And if they are working together, At the end of this process, Brad can sit down with Jalen and be like, look, man, we'll try it again next year. But right now, the market isn't exactly clamoring to give Jaylen Brown his own team, right? The Blazers aren't giving up Denny Avdia in this. They're resisting giving up Donovan Clingan. So it's not this big like line out the door, like, oh my God, Jalen's available. Well, let's go. He's a number one guy. Maybe it's a little bit sobering. Maybe there's a little bit of humility coming in here for Jalen. So if that sets in, if that's a realization, then he can come back to Boston and understand this is your best chance to win a championship. And if you do win another championship in Boston, you understand that you're a legend here, that everybody will love you. His numbers probably already going up in the rafters, but all of the stuff that comes with winning 2 championships in Boston is available for you still, Jaylen Brown. So if he looks around and understands the landscape, then he can come back and be just a normal part of a team.
All right. Well, listen, it's certainly interesting, and hopefully it happens this week. That would be better than next week when everyone's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. John Corrales writes about the Celtics for Sports Illustrated. Thank you, John.
Thank you, gentlemen.
All right. Appreciate it. Here are the headlines.
Sports Hub headlines.
Red Sox completed a 4-game sweep of the Yankees last night at Fenway Park. 5-4 in 10 innings. Sox scored 3 in the bottom of the 9th to get it to 500. They play the Washington Nationals at Fenway Park tonight. Celtics still have Jaylen Brown on the roster this morning. The NBA's legal tampering period set to begin at 6 p.m. tomorrow night. At the World Cup, Canada kicked off the knockout round with a 1-0 win over South Africa.
We are Toucher and Hardy. Adolfo Gonzalez is going to join us coming up at 8 o'clock because he will begin his Human Flatus Atlas participation. I'm going to say at lunchtime today is when he should strap that son bitch on. Have his first meal.
Yeah, I think so. These are all questions that we can ask here in a little while when Adolfo's on the phone, but are we going to have access to the app so that we can monitor and track? Are these things that we're going to be able to? Nick is shaking his head. He doesn't know. I can tell by his body language. But maybe you can look into that.
Well, what I would think would
on the phone.
I think that
doctor.
Thank you. It would be more like the doctor would tell us, like we'd have him on with Adolfo after Adolfo's 3 days were done.
Okay.
Like we should probably email the doctor this morning and go like, hey, one of the monitors is out now. It's this guy Adolfo Gonzalez. He started that on the app, and then, on Thursday when Adolfo's done, because Adolfo, if he starts this meal, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Wait, yeah. So would Thursday lunch be his last meal, or would Wednesday lunch be his last meal?
Well, if he starts wearing it today at lunch,
Thursday.
Yeah, it's 3 days, isn't it?
Yes, Thursday.
So it's got to be Thursday.
So we could have him, on at 8 o'clock and essentially get the data from the guy. It's close enough to the end to get the data from the guy. We could plan on doing that, but in the but also if nothing else, we could get Adolfo what he is expecting to have happened, and we can also get his meals that he has had throughout the week, because again, you're supposed to take pictures of the meals before you eat them.
If we're not going to have access to the thing, at the very least, I would like Adolfo to, get us on a group text, and whenever he uploads a photo, share that same photo to us.
Smart move.
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
Right? It's an extra step, but as we know, Adolfo, very phone savvy, very tech savvy, fixed Fred's phone remotely.
He said he's listened to that bit like 17 times. He said
I don't blame him. I'd be proud of that too.
No, I know I'd be proud too. I don't know if I'd listen to it that many times, but I mean, I would be proud of it.
Well, once you knew that you did it, maybe you listened to it once. See how you came off on the air, but yeah, you're right. It would be out to listen to it multiple times.
Yeah, that's a bit much. Yeah. So we'll see. All right, so Adolfo will be joining us.
I wonder if proximity to fireworks during this busy fireworks season could mess with the fart sensor technology. If it's picking up sulfur-like smells and gases and odors and things like that.
Well, you are under the impression that there's a lot of fireworks going on where Adolfo lives. I don't know if the fireworks would necessarily go off for the 4th of July around there. I have a feeling that there might be many holidays we're not familiar with where the fireworks are mainly going off.
We will ask Adolfo about the presence of fireworks in that area. I don't know. I know there's a couple of song lyrics that allude to people in that region of the country having a lot to do with fireworks.
Well,
a song by X, 4th of July.
But the band X?
Yeah.
And they're talking about Texas.
On the stairs, I smoke a cigarette alone. Mexican kids are shooting fireworks below.
But they're from California.
Are there a lot of Mexicans in Texas?
I don't know.
Well, what would you deduce, John? Do you think there are? Do you think there could be?
I don't know. Yes, probably. But. So you have the fireworks going. Now I'm all lost in what I was about to say. But there was the smell of gunpowder when his grandfather took a shot at his father in their backyard.
Right. That's right. I forgot about that.
Which is a true story.
That's a true story, yes.
Yeah, his grandfather and successfully shot his father, I believe, in the shoulder. And this was within the last 20 years. It was since we've known Adolfo.
It happened. That story happened after I had joined the show. So
yeah.
I remember it. So it's within the last 17.
I don't know all the details of the story. I remember it happening. Of course, were the authorities called?
Well, you'd have to ask Adolfo. That's something that we can revisit very quickly. Adolfo, don't you shtick, though. I want to hear the actual story.
Yeah.
Because, he'll go, yeah. And it's like, no, like, just tell the story. But, and we're also thinking about perhaps doing something for Nick and Adolfo's collective 40th birthdays, as they both turned 40 this summer.
Ah, yes.
That's right.
So we're thinking about that and trying to get that into motion. So there's a lot going on. We'll be back in just a moment.
Stay tuned for more Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
Hey, it's Wallach with a simple question. Have you placed a squad?
The Patriots ruined the Celtics. WBCFM and HD Boston 98.5. The Sports Hub. Beasley Media Group Station celebrating 65 years of broadcasting. Sports Hub headlines.
Red Sox got a Jarren Duran RBI single in the bottom of the 10th inning to cap a 3-run rally. They completed a 4-game sweep of the Yankees, 5-4 at Fenway Park. Wilyer Abreu's throwing errors in the 9th and 10th inning allowed 3 unearned runs. Sox blew a 2-0 lead and fell behind 4-2 before coming back to win. It's only the third time all year they've rallied from down 2 runs to produce a victory, and the 4 straight wins is a season high. They host the Washington Nationals tonight. Celtics have some choices to make before the NBA's legal tampering period begins at 6 p.m. tomorrow night. Jaylen Brown still a member of the team. At the World Cup, Canada got a second-half stoppage time goal to beat South Africa 1-0. It is their first ever knockout round win at this event. There are 3 more matches scheduled for today, and that includes Germany and Paraguay at 4:30 in Foxborough. The U.S. faces Bosnia-Herzegovina Wednesday night on the West Coast. And in golf, Scotty Scheffler made a putt on 18 to tie Victor Hovland and force a playoff at the Travelers Championship. The 2 men will play sudden death beginning on the 18th hole 1 hour from now. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by the 99 Restaurants. To celebrate America's 250th, kids eat free now through July 16th with every adult entree purchased. You gotta love the nines. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 8:30.
Attack the deep 3, violent 2-hand slam. Wow.
98.5 The Sports Hub.
And now, back to Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
We are Toucher and Hardy. You can watch us on YouTube. Subscribe to 98.5 The Sports Hub on YouTube. As we've said before, the University of Maryland, scientists over there have created smart underwear, the first wearable device designed to measure human flatulence by tracking hydrogen in flatus. The device helps scientists revisit long-standing assumptions about how often people actually fart. It also opens a new window into measuring gut microbial metabolism in everyday life. For decades, physicians have struggled to help patients with intestinal gas complaints. As gastroenterologist Michael Levitt, known in the field as the king of farts, wrote in 2000, it is virtually impossible for the physician to objectively document the existence of excessive gas using currently available tests. And Hardy,
It's time for the summertime Cagliari. Conducting.
Yeah, it demands to be conducted. So Nick apparently is going out of town. Who would care or know? But he's going out of town, so he can't do it this week. But where are you going, Nick, with
we
these
didn't
children?
even find out where he was going.
He's not going anywhere. He's just not going to work.
Staycation, nice.
Yeah. It's very important for him not to come to work after his paternity leave. He needs more time at home.
It's off for 3
not to do
weeks.
anything. He took 3 weeks of paternity leave to stay home. You know, if he was like, I'm going somewhere, then you go, oh, you're going to go on vacation. No, he's just staying home like the 3 weeks that he took for paternity leave.
Right.
But Adolfo Gonzalez never takes days off. Adolfo, hello.
That's right. It is not because of, of a work ethic or anything.
Well, no, I'm just saying you don't take days off. I'm like, you got no days off. You're constantly on the grind.
Oh, you better believe it. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it came up. What happened and when did your grandfather shoot your father?
Well, this all happened when I was in Boston. So, the details are sparse. All I know was there was an argument, as they tend to do, and then my grandfather came brandishing a gun and then just shot him in the shoulder.
Okay.
That's all I know. And if I ask any more questions, it's met with not a response or defensive-ness.
Okay, so did he call the police?
I believe they were involved. I mean, he did go to the hospital. So.
Yeah, but did your grandfather have to go to court?
That I don't know. I have no idea about all the details. All I know is that happened, and well, yeah, that's all I know.
And no one in the family will that even was there. It happened at the home. No one wants to really get into it. And no one knows if he went to court.
I'm sure he did, but
Well, did he go to jail?
Yeah, it seems like if you go to the hospital and the GSW is listed there on the intake form, the police come and it seems like somebody's being arrested. If somebody shot someone else, even in Texas.
I don't know about that, but but yeah, it's all I know is it happened. Like what happened afterwards, who's to say?
Right.
Okay.
Was your brother there when your dad got shot?
I believe he was. Yeah.
Have you ever asked him about it?
It's the same thing with him, but he's a little bit more open to talk about it. But
okay, what did he tell you?
Yeah, he just told me the same thing everyone else told me because I think he was living somewhere else at the time, so he was here, but not there when it happened.
Okay.
Well, what?
No, it's just, one of those things that happened in my home. Even if I were living somewhere else, I would probably keep asking questions of either the people involved. I mean, you speak with
That's not how we do things here. We don't ask questions.
Okay.
And if we do, we get reprimanded for it.
Okay.
Well, if you were living with your father and your father was shot at your home, just take that. Just say those are the only two things. You'd think you would be like, what happened? I got to know.
Yeah.
It's the kind of things that people would investigate after, 20 years later. It'd be like a cold case that you were just... It's like that Night of the Gun book by David Carr. It's almost the exact same thing.
This deserves a podcast, is what it needs.
Right.
Yeah, somebody needs to get down there and investigate.
Oh, Adolfo.
It's best not to ask questions around here.
What about a podcast? You could make a podcast called "They Shot My Dad."
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of work.
Well, it would be a lot of work, but you just said you're not afraid of work. You're always working. This could be something
not by choice. I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Out of necessity, you work this much?
Well, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, aren't we all right now?
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, listen, Adolfo, some mysteries will never be uncovered,
Apparently.
but you have your fart monitor, correct?
I do.
Okay. Now, have you unpacked it as of yet?
I opened it and see what was inside, but they didn't really get into the nitty gritty of it.
Okay. Do you know what kind of steps you're supposed to take before you can wear it?
No.
Have you looked at the pamphlet?
No.
But you have seen the pamphlet?
I seen the pamphlet. I figured I'd just come in fresh today and kind of start from there.
There was no curiosity to open the pamphlet? It's 3 pages.
Nah. I'll get to it when I get to it.
Well, no, you got to get to it today.
Well, yeah, I might get to it today. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that'd be nice because we would like you to start this today.
Yeah.
At lunchtime.
Lunchtime. I heard that part. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe you put it on at 10 o'clock today. Have you ate yet today?
Not yet.
Okay. So your first meal today, you pop that sumbitch on right before that first meal, because you're gonna have to charge it.
Okay. Oh yeah, I got to charge it. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Do you have the fart monitor in front of you?
I don't, but I can get it.
Where is it?
It's behind me.
Could you reach back and grab the fart monitor?
Well, I can't really reach.
Could you stand up and go grab the fart monitor?
Yes, I could. Hang on.
Okay, he's got a Teletubbies-like background, I'm being told.
The nice field behind him. Just reach.
Well, so can you still see him in the background as he moves around? I refuse to look at you.
We're on delay. Hang on a second.
Yeah, you have to wait for a second.
Do you understand? He couldn't just reach back in the chair. He had to get out of the chair.
Okay, yeah, I'm back.
Okay, you have it?
Yeah.
Can you hold it up for the camera, please?
Here it is.
Okay, there you go. All right, can you start to charge it?
I haven't charged it yet, but
I said, can you start to?
Oh yeah.
Have you downloaded the Human Flatus Atlas app?
Not yet.
Of course. How long have you had this thing for?
Probably a week.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe you shouldn't make that podcast.
But no, it's just more like it's like, yeah, I just want to wait until we actually talk about it to go into it.
Okay. There was not even a curiosity on your part that, like, hey, I'm going to be wearing this thing for 3 days. I'd like to see what's doing.
Not really, no.
Okay, do you still have the brochure that came with it?
Yeah, hang on, let's see here. You mean this one?
I can't see you. We're on the radio.
You're on delay. You're on delay.
Right, sorry.
It's black. It says Human Flatless Atlas Participation Guide.
Yeah, I have it.
Yeah, that's what I'm referring to.
Okay.
All right, so as soon as this conversation's over, we need you to start charging it, and then you see those QR codes that are on, if you open up the thing?
Yeah.
You're going to have to download the app and sign up for it, okay?
Okay, yeah, that shouldn't be a problem.
Okay, I know you can do that as you solved the whole problem with my phone.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to have to attach it. Do you want to hold up a pair of underwear that you might attach it to?
Oh, now you want to see underwear, but you said you couldn't see the brochure. Come on.
Well,
Pick
I
a
don't
lane.
have you up.
Oh, okay.
I can
gotcha.
see it, Adolfo. If you hold up a pair of underwear that you're going to attach this to, I can
Like
give
the
it
first pair of underwear that you think you might wear.
Hang on. Give me a
Okay.
sec.
Okay, I will give you a second. Everything's
Right
within
now.
arm's reach.
You asked me for a pair of jockey shorts, I'm back like that.
Like that. How's that?
All right, well, you're on a little bit of a delay. Can you describe the underwear to us?
It's a pink pair of like boxer brief shorts.
Oh,
So-
boxer briefs. Very nice.
Oh, okay. And that's going to be the first pair?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think that will that be the pair that you wear the whole time?
I already have a pair of underwear on now.
No, but this will be the Human Flatus one. That's the first one that you're going to wear?
Yeah, that could be the one I could wear. Sure.
It's like Tim and Eric, man. Every time you put that pink up with that green screen in the background, it's just disappearing. It's like you're doing magic.
Himself out.
Like, what's behind you for real in your room?
Nothing that concerns you.
No, not that. Do you have an actual green screen behind you?
No, I'm just using the Zoom background feature. That's all.
If you turn that off, what would be behind there?
Just my room.
Can we see your room?
No.
Okay.
I don't want you to see the squalor I live in.
Okay.
You didn't have to reach far for those underwear, though. They were very close to.
Is everything within arm's reach, pretty much from where you're sitting right now in your room? Could you touch all four walls of your room right now?
Oh no, I can't do that. But yeah, that would be cozy.
Okay. You really don't want to let us see what's going on in that room?
No. We already did that bit 20 years ago.
Hold the pink underwear.
Not with this room.
Yeah, it's different.
Hold the pink underwear up
Also,
again.
it's the same. Nothing's changed.
Okay.
Okay, can you hold the underwear up again, though, please?
Yeah. Give me a sec.
All right.
Give him a sec.
Yeah, make sure we get the full screen.
He's got to get his strength together to lift that underwear again.
Yeah, it's
Looks
pretty
like
big.
kind of a pride flag.
Well, I think that's what Adolfo's doing. He's challenging gender norms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gender's a social construct.
Absolutely it is.
Do you believe that sexuality all exists on a three-dimensional spherical spectrum, Adolfo?
Well, that's more gender than sexuality.
All of
like
it. Gender, sexuality, all of it. It's just one big swirling mass of...
Oh, yeah. Everything's a spectrum.
Yeah.
Like, what's the difference between someone who's neurodivergent and a psychopath? Really?
When you...
Yeah, Hardy, answer that.
Hold up. That's not what you're saying. It's like when you hold up anything on YouTube, your arm disappears, then your face disappears. Then like the underwear is just there's no seeing it. I know you have it in your hand. Just hold it for a period of time. Because I'm just curious what's going on in there where it's making you disappear and everything disappear. You should sue the Zoom people.
Like this? Oh, wait, yeah, you're on a delay. So how much, let's just have me hold it for the rest of the conversation.
Yeah, that would be nice. Thank you if you could do that, please.
Okay, yeah.
All right, so what's going to happen? So here's what we want you to do, Adolfo, is that we're going to start a group chat, and we'll text you, and then just every time you take, because, for this app that he's using for the university study, he wants you to take a picture of everything that you eat. Okay. So if you could just, while you take a picture and put that up on the app, if you could put it as part of the group text as well. Okay. Now your underwear is working. Okay, thank you.
All right, there. That's
Okay, so if you could put that up as on group text as well, just so we can follow along, and I'll explain why. I'm not positive, like, if or when we'll get access to the results, which we need for the radio until we have the doctor on. So if you could help us follow along at home, that would be very beneficial to us.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
That's a can do.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. So it looks like all you're going to have to do today is charge up that thing, get out that pink pair of boxers, strap it on. You got to download this Human Flatus app, sign up. Nick could do it, so that means you can do it.
Oh, yeah.
And then you'll photograph the food on the app. You'll wear it overnight.
And we would also like you to, instead of just uploading the photos, I'll start a group text with all of us. Whenever you snap a photo of what you eat, send it to us also.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I was. I don't know how to say it correctly. That's what I was trying to get at.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I got it the first time.
All right.
So you're saying that he's mansplaining?
Yeah. Sorry.
A little bit. Yeah.
All right.
That happened to me earlier this morning. Wall explained something to me, and it was.
Oh yeah. What about this whole thing about Mexicans? What's your thing about Mexicans, Hardy?
You love fireworks, don't you?
Well, everybody loves fireworks.
There's a lot of fireworks being set off, right?
Oh well, yeah. But then again, it's hard to tell whether it's fireworks or gunshots. So
that's how you live in.
Well, you can tell the difference if you've been around it long enough.
A lot of gunshots ringing out in your neighborhood, Dolphy Dolph?
Well, not as much these days, but but yeah.
Have there been any gunshots since your grandfather shot your father?
Oh man, that would have been a great segue into the conversation, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But no. Let's see. No, not of late. But no.
Well, then so it's been decades.
It's been a while. But people do shoot like fireworks in the middle of the day.
Okay.
That's what we're working with here.
Okay. And will 4th of July be a big celebration?
Yeah, I assume it will be around here, if it just gives you an excuse to blow something up.
Is Cinco de Mayo bigger than 4th of July where you live?
It's a pretty big deal, but not as big as 4th of July.
But Cinco de Mayo, you've stated before, that's kind of like a posery, like whitewashing of a real Mexican holiday.
Oh yeah, it's kind of our St. Patrick's Day. It's like more of an excuse to drink.
Okay, gotcha.
All right, well, Adolfo, look, there's a lot riding on you. If you could, begin the process now of charging that and downloading the app, and then as soon as it's charged, put it on your underwear, have your first meal, and start taking pictures. We would be just absolutely over the moon.
Okay.
All right.
I'll do that.
Thanks, Adolfo.
And you're not going to change your diet for the benefit of the public?
No. Why would I?
Well, just because the scientists wouldn't want you to do that.
Oh no.
Why would you do it? I don't know, but I mean, it's not something that's ridiculous.
I would do it.
Yeah, like if
I absolutely would.
Yeah, if you were taking pictures of your food, every time you ate, that you would leave things out or not take pictures. If you're saying why would you, that's good, but I mean, a lot of people would. So that's what I'm saying. Gotcha. All right, well, get this cooking. You promise to do it as soon as we get off?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right.
I might as well.
All right. Thank you, Adolfo.
Thank you for having me.
Okay.
All right. We appreciate it. Thank you, Adolfo. All right. There you go. What do you think?
Like clockwork.
I think I'm going to start the text thread right now, and then we'll. How about the over/under the first time we get a photo today? I'm gonna set it at 10 a.m. We'll be off the air, so we won't have anything before that. But 10 a.m. Do we get anything before then or after?
6 p.m. tomorrow night will be the first time we receive a photo.
I don't know how long it takes to charge that thing, so he may not be able to avoid sustenance.
Don't you think though? If
10 minutes? Oh, Nick says he can charge it in 10 minutes.
Okay, 5 p.m. tomorrow night.
But aren't you a little flummoxed by that? If you were getting something that you knew you were going to have to wear for 3 days, and that it was like for a radio show, and it came in the mail, and you opened it up and there was literally just a 3-page brochure on how to operate it, wouldn't you have at least glanced at the brochure?
Oh yeah, I would have investigated it and had stuff set aside. I may have even charged it by now.
Oh boy. All right, we will be back in just a moment. Connor Ryan, the Bruins were up to all kinds of stuff. We will talk to him about it in just a moment. You really don't want to let us see what's going on in that room?
No. More Toucher and Hardy next on the Sports Hub.
Hey, it's Hardy.
NHL draft was Friday night, and lo and behold, the Bruins ship away 2 first-round picks to the Kraken, and then they turn around and on the second day of the NHL draft, they trade perennial number 1 prospect, or the only one that anyone knew, Fabian Lysell, that will live in history as the prospect that we knew.
Yes.
Like, for real. Like, I mean, Higgins doesn't count. Like, Letourneau doesn't count.
No, Lysell was always the wild card. You know, a guy who was supposed to be really good that slipped down to the end of the first round. Boy, the Bruins are lucky they got him. And there's a lot of controversy now, today, as to why he didn't make it.
Yes, and we can get into all that with Connor Ryan, who covers the Boston Bruins and more for Boston.com. Hello, Connor.
What's going on, guys?
Appreciate you joining us. Okay, so talk about the move with the Kraken and what you thought of it.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at what JJ Peterka brings to this team, I think it's a move that the Bruins need to be making this summer. As far as, you know, Cam Neely mentioned going into the offseason that one thing this team desperately needs is speed and skill, and that's what JJ Peterka brings to this group. I know Bruins fans, I think, are probably terrified over, you know, years of seeing the Bruins give up first-round picks, a lot of times for guys that are, you know, over the age of 30 that were designed to put a core of, you know, players like Bergeron and Marchand over the top. Peterka's a different type of player, though, as far as, one, you look at the cost, right? You're giving up the 23rd overall pick this year. A couple of intriguing prospects there at that spot, but you're bringing in a guy that ideally is going to be helping out your core 3-4 years down the road. And if it's a forward, right, that's a guy that you hope becomes a player like JJ Peterka. And then I think you look at giving up Florida's 2028 first. As soon as Florida added a guy like Brady Tkachuk, you're like, all right, that pick's probably going to be, you know, pick 25 or further down the draft order. And if something crazy happens with Florida and injuries sprout up or anything like that, it's still top 10 protected, so the Bruins at least have a little bit of protection there. And then for the player you're getting with Peterka, right, a guy that his down year was last year with Utah. He still had 25 goals, almost had 70 points as a 22-year-old. Has a lot of room to grow, I think, especially on the power play. You put him with a guy like David Pastrnak. I think he has 30-goal upside, and I think you just look at what he brings to this group. You saw it in that first-round series against Buffalo, where this team was just thoroughly outskated by a younger, more skilled Buffalo team. I think Peterka, putting him in the top 6, gives you production, but also just gives you a lot of speed that I think you need to add to your lineup to keep up in today's NHL.
Age-wise, and you kind of mentioned this already, Connor, but this seems to be a move that can benefit the club and work out for several years. Is that because of who his perceived line mates are going to be, just his age in general? Well, why is it? Why do you look at it and other people look at it as more like a long-term thing?
Yeah, that's what Don Sweeney mentioned on late Friday night was, you know, one of the reasons why they were intrigued by that player was just, you know, this is a guy who just turned 24 years old. He's going to play most of next year at 24. And he's a guy that, again, you look at his skill set, he's going to help out your current core of players like David Pastrnak and McAvoy Swayman, but he's closer in age to almost that next core you're trying to build up, right, with James Higgins, Dean Letourneau, Fraser Minton. And you look at kind of, let's say like Fraser Minton, for example, you know, it could be intriguing to put Peterka on a line with David Pastrnak, but maybe you're trying to elevate a younger player, especially a young centerman like Fraser Minton or James Higgins. A lot of appeal of putting a 24-year-old, you know, high-skilled forward like Peterka on their line and making life a little bit easier for them. So I think for the Bruins, you're kind of doing a bit of both. And that's kind of the line that the Bruins had to try to navigate this offseason was, you know, how do we placate our current core, make this group more competitive, but also we're not bringing in a 34-year-old veteran that's going to help us out for a year or two. JJ Peterka is a player that helps you out right now, but once you get a couple years down the line and Fraser Minton's 24, James Higgins is 23, I think he can still be a really impactful player with that core moving forward.
And the other story surrounding the team over the weekend is that they traded Fabian Lysell for a guy with one of the better names you'll ever hear, Ivan, or is it Ivan? I'm not sure which one it is. But the point is they gave up on Fabian Lysell, who played a couple of games here and just never really materialized as a guy who could get out of Providence. The question is, why did that happen, and are the Bruins to blame for that not happening?
Yeah, I think probably both parties are at fault there, right? I think you look at Fabian Lysell. There were opportunities, especially at the start of a couple of seasons, especially the last two, where this was not a team that was competing for a Stanley Cup. There was an opportunity to seize a starting spot going into the season, and he didn't really showcase all that much, especially during preseason games, training camp. So I think the onus does fall on the player for not taking that jump. You look at a guy like Matt Poitras, who a few years ago no one had any expectations for him, but played really great in the preseason and kind of elevated those expectations. So I think some of it falls on the player, but Don Sweeney mentioned that the team also is at fault, and I think you look at just the way they've handled younger players over the last couple of years, where you're putting them down in Providence. I think you're putting a lot of roadblocks in front of them as far as making them into the player you want them to be, or checking off certain boxes per se before they get that opportunity in the NHL. And you look at what they've done over the last couple of years, where it's you're bringing in former first-round picks like Oliver Wahlstrom, Max Jones, Riley Tufte. These guys that don't really move the needle for you, but they're blocking your homegrown talent. And it's almost like if Fabian Lysell was on another team, the Bruins would probably love to have him, right? A skilled former first-round pick. Those are the guys they tend to take flyers on instead of the guys they have in their lineup. So I think you look at the Lysell scenario. Yes, some of it falls on the player, but as you're trying to build up this next core, and you're going to have guys like Hagens up at the NHL or Dean Letourneau, I think they maybe have to tweak their approach a little bit, and instead of maybe putting up a lot of roadblocks or putting them in spots where they have to build their way through the lineup. I look at James Hagens, for example. I'd rather him start, in a top 6 spot next year, putting him with JJ Peterka and have him feel good about his game. Play to his strengths early on, as opposed to, all right, we want you to be a third-line wing, build out your two-way game out of the start, and then we elevate you in your spot. If you got this young player that's talented, kind of like what Lysell was when he first got here, I'd rather you lean into his strengths, put him with some NHL talent, and see what you get out of that player, as opposed to maybe morphing him into the player you want him to be before he gets to those NHL reps.
Back to Peterka here for a second, because you wrote about his NHL edge tracking data and how he's in the top percentile for speed bursts, which is great, especially like in all-star skills competition. But the speed bursts, I think, are most effective when you have other guys on your line who can skate fast with you. So is this something they're going to be able to capitalize on? Is this something that they can utilize when he hits 22, 23 miles an hour out on the ice? I mean, breakaways are great, but you need some guys with you if you're really going to make something out of it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really interesting case as far as who they want to put him with, because I think if you wanted to overload, let's say, a top line, you could put him with Pastrnak and Zacha, and I think they're going to produce, right? David Pastrnak and Zacha aren't, probably the same, high-end skaters as a guy like Peterka, but if you're, again, trying to maybe get more offense or just maybe make life a little bit easier for, let's say, a Fraser Minton. Like, I think the Bruins were impressed with what Minton showcased last year in terms of his offensive upside, right? I think we all expected him to be down the road a third line center, but you see him almost, have 40 points this year. You think, like, could he be a second line centerman that gives you 50 something points over the course of a season? And if you put JJ Peterka, a guy that moves his feet, gets other guys moving his feet as well on that line, maybe that gets more offense out of him. Again, for James Hagens, if you really feel confident about his game and you want to maybe make life easier for him, he is a guy that is probably going to be right up there with Peterka in terms of his skating ability. Maybe you put Peterka with him as well in that spot, and it gets more offense out of a younger player initially. And I think for a guy like Hagens, it's going to be key as far as putting him, I think, with some high-end talent to start, making life easier for a kid that's, again, 18, 19 years old. And if Peterka can make life easier for him, it helps out the Bruins as far as getting Hagens into a groove early. And beyond that, I think it's not just the skating as far as, capitalizing on the rush. You have a guy with Peterka's wheels, it makes life easy for you as far as, counter opportunities, generating chances on the forecheck, forcing turnovers. It's just things that the Bruins really did not have all throughout their lineup that I think that skating adds more just overall versatility to your lineup.
Does Don Sweeney have another trade in him for a needed defenseman, or is that something for free agency?
Yeah, it's going to be fascinating as far as what they do over the next couple of days. I think as far as trades, the first order of business, I think, for this team is actually moving out contracts. They've got a little under $8 million in cap space, but if you are trying to be aggressive, whether that is another trade where you're probably bringing in a contract or trying to sign what is a pretty barren free agency class. I think the Bruins have probably at least $10-12 million of pretty redundant contracts. I think you can move, whether it's guys like Casey Middlestat, Mason Lohrei, Jonas Korpisalo, Henry Jokiharju. Those ones are a little bit tougher, where I think you might have to loop in a low-level draft pick to maybe get a team to bite. But I think that's probably the first order of business, is just freeing up some extra cap space. But after that, I don't know if they're going to be in the mix for some of the big trade targets out there, like Jason Robertson, Zach Werenski, who would fit great here, but I just don't know if they have the ammo to really knock over a team like Columbus for those types of trades. So I could see what they do in free agency, especially where you're bringing a guy like Peterka, and I think they're pretty cognizant of building that bridge to get to that next core of players. I could see them being in the market, not for a guy like Rasmus Andersson, which I think that contract's going to age pretty poorly, but can you bring in a guy that helps you out, but is on maybe a shorter term deal, right? Can you bring in a guy like Jacob Trouba, who's 32 years old, physical player, pretty solid defensively. If you're just trying to find ways to, help out your decor, and you're not going to be able to bring in a legit 25-year-old franchise, right shot defenseman, maybe you sign Jacob Trouba for 4 years and it solidifies your defense for now, gives you some more time to maybe add a defenseman of your own down the road, and makes this group more competitive. So I don't know if this free agency class should be the one that you're spending a bunch of money on, but I wonder if they are more selective, try to bring guys on shorter term deals that help them out, but also doesn't really hamstring them, 4, 5, 6 years down the road.
All right. Well, Connor Ryan, look at this. In all the Jaylen Brown trade talk and everything else, the Bruins pull a rabbit out of the hat and get some talk going as well. Connor Ryan, thank you so much. Read him at boston.com. Thank you, Connor.
Yep. Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Appreciate it. We'll be right back. Here are the headlines.
Sports Hub headlines.
Red Sox completed a 4-game sweep of the Yankees for the first time since 2018 last night.
Hey, we're Toucher and Hardy. And the 4th of July is this weekend. Nick, get it to a microphone. I am curious about this. It's been weighing on me.
About
what's
up? A staycation?
Yeah, like now obviously you have your when was your second son born?
February 28th. Yeah.
A date on 11 here, baby! Was that a leap year date? Because you leapt right over me.
You talked to your father, didn't you?
Recently,
Yeah, you did.
By text, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good. Hey, let the fingers do the talking, right? Did it go okay? Was it an entree into something more?
No, not really. He was giving me a heads up about something, but
That's nice of him to give you a heads up.
yeah.
Did you follow up?
Not yet. It's been.
So he texted you and you didn't reply?
Oh no, I did.
Oh,
I did.
Okay.
But it was I don't need to know what the heads up was about, but it was a heads up about something happening, obviously.
Yeah.
Like I'm giving you a heads up.
Yeah.
Now, has that thing happened yet?
Yes.
Now, have you followed up with him
I
about
have not
the thing?
yet. I have not yet.
So that's on you.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
maybe you'll do it during your staycation when you
maybe.
have more time available to you.
All right. So in
It's very frequent. This thing. So,
okay. Well,
yeah.
it doesn't matter. I mean, he felt like it was an olive branch or something to reach out to you, and you kind of shunned him on it. But okay. You feel bad now?
Now I feel bad. Yeah.
Okay. Good. All right. So but you took 3 weeks off when the child was born, which obviously. If they're offering paternity leave, you take paternity leave. There's no question about it. But then you said you're going on vacation this week, and obviously you have vacation time. And I thought, good for Nicholas. Good for Nick. He's gonna get some R&R. Even you don't have to go anywhere that far. We're obviously in New England in the summer. There's a whole lot. I mean, you could go anywhere.
Right.
Orleans Beach.
Orleans.
Yes.
Orleans Beach.
But here's the thing, and I will back Nick up on this a little bit now. Staycation, unless you have actual things you're looking forward to doing and actually getting them done, a bit of a waste. But baby at the beach, one of the worst things you can do.
That's okay.
I hate a baby on a beach.
You just have to build the proper house for it to sit, so the sun never touches the baby's
The sun
skin.
never touches the baby, and the baby can't reach a fistful of sand and put the sand in its mouth.
That's right.
And
You lay down
all
a
this
blanket
stuff.
and you put up a house and you put a couple furnishings in there, and then you have your day at the beach.
Right. You
And
just,
someone just has to look at it the whole time, and you take shifts.
right. It's awful.
It's a beautiful day at the beach.
It's awful.
I don't think we can even go with the baby because it's going to be so warm this weekend.
That's right. Babies in warm climates have a lot of troubles. Not allowed outside, actually. So you
you can't leave them outside.
No, I mean, if a baby's born in Africa,
No, but
in the Sudan, they just go.
I just
take it to the air conditioner.
I just read this the other day. If you 6-month-old baby, you put the baby out on the porch for a little while, just for some peace and quiet in the house. You can't leave them out there for more than a couple hours. They say at the tops.
I wouldn't leave a baby anywhere for more than a couple hours.
Well, sure you can. You stick a baby on the porch.
That's right.
You got a railing?
Where's he going to go?
You've been reading that Donna Tartt book. How the book starts. Someone leaves a baby on the porch. But you're staying.
Sorry, I didn't know that you were such a perfect helicopter parent. You stick a baby on the porch for a few hours.
Yeah. You were the one who, when we first started the show, freaked out that I left my dog outside during the show, let alone a baby.
I still don't.
Well, he prefers the crate anyway. All right, so Nick, but you're staying home.
Yeah, but we're going around. We're going down to Marshfield for the 3rd of July.
That's nice. What are you going to do in Marshfield, Nick?
Hang out with friends,
When's Levitate?
Levitate is mid-July.
All right, so you're not going to work on you wouldn't be working on Friday anyway, the 3rd. So
right. So
that's not even like an off day. That's just you wouldn't be working anyway.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on Wednesday and Thursday?
I think it's just going to be sticking around the house, maybe catching up on some sleep. I've been sleeping like crap lately. So.
Well, you're eating in your sleep.
Right, yeah.
Has that still been going on?
Last night, a little bit of a Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Your wife keeps buying that, huh?
Well, yeah.
She really likes that Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
I like it too, obviously.
Yeah, I know, but it's like if she's so upset about you eating it, maybe she shouldn't buy it anymore.
Maybe she could do a better job like hiding it.
That's
around
right.
The house.
Yeah, it's her fault.
All this is we're blaming her. Okay.
All I'm saying is that if like you're pissed off he's eating it, like who needs Cinnamon Toast Crunch in the house? Just don't buy it. Like if you don't want him eating it at night and it pisses you off, like I guess sleep with it under your pillow.
Somebody brought this up long ago. I don't know if I brought it up the first time we talked about it, but Cinnamon Toast Crunch is one of those things that everyone has an unfinished box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch in their home. It seems like a good idea, and then whoever wanted it, has a couple of bowls and realizes this is far too much cinnamon and toast
Sugar.
and crunch, and it's just and you never finish it.
Not in our house.
Well, no, Nick eats it
That's
overnight.
true.
Did you eat last night? Did you eat a box of Cinnamon Toast
No,
Crunch?
no, just a couple of handfuls.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you know you did it?
Because it was left out on the counter.
Still no recollection of doing it.
This time, kinda, yes. I only got 2 hours of sleep last night, so
Oh, Nick.
yeah.
When did you go to bed?
I tried going to bed at 10, and I just couldn't fall asleep.
So you laid in bed for how long?
I laid in bed for like an hour and a half to 2 hours until I felt like I was falling asleep, and I did. And then 2 o'clock came around, the baby got upset, and then I had to get up.
So
Around
you
like
do remember eating the
3:50.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
This morning I did, yes.
Oh,
Vaguely.
okay.
Vaguely, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, vaguely. It's starting to become a little bit of an excuse for behavior that you don't like. It sounds like almost.
What? No.
That you'll say, "Oh, I don't remember," but the truth is that you do remember that you went down and you ate 2 boxes.
For this morning, I did somewhat remember, yes.
Right.
But the
You
other
were in a
times, I'm
brownout.
like, yes.
Instead of a blackout.
It did, the Cinnamon Toast Crunch eating didn't take place between like 11:30 and 2 a.m. before the baby got up.
It did.
Well,
You just said you weren't asleep.
you said he slept for 2 hours, and that was the window where you
I think
slept.
I fell asleep around midnight.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Nick. But you've chosen to use your vacation days just to sit at home.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
What are you going to do? You have any projects planned?
No projects yet.
Let's see.
What's wrong is boring. I mean, when my kids were little, I used to just sit home. I mean,
I couldn't. I drive me nuts.
Yeah. I
Just
mean,
sit around the
I remember
house.
the time we took Milo to Algonquin before my daughter was born, and he cried all night, and then we left. We decided to pack it up about 4:45 in the morning, and we walked out, and our neighbors were out on the front porch. The neighbors in the room next to us were out on the front porch.
I don't think it's a secret that life kind of sucks when you have little kids.
Yeah, but have it suck somewhere else except for under your own roof.
Yeah.
When you're trapped in there enough.
Yep.
Is your wife working?
No, not yet.
Oh,
She's back at
Jesus
work
Christ.
on
So
September.
the world is your oyster, and you've decided to do nothing.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess.
No one's tied down with any obligations. You just decide we're going to just stay home.
Yeah.
Except for a brief trip to Marshfield.
Marshfield for the 3rd and 4th of July. We always
Are
go
you
down
spending
there.
the night in Marshfield?
Yeah, we are.
Oh, so you're spending the night in Marshfield, but anything else is too much of a hassle.
Yes. For right now, yes. Yeah.
Is your wife on maternity leave?
Yes.
Okay, when does that end?
September.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, if you want some project planning help, I'd be more than willing. Yeah,
Really?
I'm not going to go there and help.
Oh, okay.
But just ideas of what you could do.
Okay.
Are you going to get a nanny?
No.
Have you thought about going to I don't know, the wrong side
I
of
don't
the
know
tracks
if
and
we
finding
can
an
afford
Italian guy? Like the Who's the Boss bit
Right.
we just did?
Right.
I don't know if I can afford it.
You can't afford a nanny? Oh my God.
Yeah.
You're the guy?
I was just talking with a friend of mine the other day who had a nanny, and they were moving to a single family home in Needham. I'm like, and putting their kid in daycare. And I said, wow, that's big change of life, like everything that you're doing. He goes, well, we're actually saving money in the long run because now we have a daycare close by that we can afford. We don't have to spend money on the nanny anymore. I'm like, wow, what was just out of curiosity, what was the nanny per month? Between 6,000 and 7,000. What? What?
Yeah.
$100,000 a year.
Well,
a nanny.
Well, no, John. 6 times 12 or 7 times 12.
7 times 12.
Would be, yeah, okay.
Bad at math.
Yeah. But still,
John, you're whiffing all over the place today.
not good. That was bad.
If you think about it, like a full-time nanny that's there every day for 8 hours, and someone trustworthy that is, I wouldn't do it for less than that.
No.
So I suppose that's what they get.
No, we never had a nanny. Nothing like that. We didn't use a lot of daycare, but we did leave the house. We did.
Yeah.
That we assuredly did. We did go. And on days I didn't have to work for several in a row, we would go somewhere else, spend the night, and then we would come back home when we had to go back when I had to go back to work.
Well, so they're going to Marshfield.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, oftentimes we would just we would pop down to Worcester and just check it out, see the sights.
Yeah,
you know. All right, we'll be back. AJ DeBonsa is scheduled to be joining us. Coming in studio around 9:30. We'll do email and everything before that. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
Oh, yeah, we're into the knockout stage right now. World's biggest soccer tournament. You can trade every match.
We are Toucher and Hardy. You can watch us on YouTube. Subscribe to 98.5 The Sports Hub on YouTube. AJ Devonsa was a kid from Brockton. He was the number one high school player in the country. He was nice enough, him and his dad, to come up here. And then when he made the decision to go to BYU, he then became the top, one of the top college basketball players in the world. And he was nice enough to come on. And then, lo and behold, the NBA draft comes around, and AJ is the number one pick in the draft by Washington, and therefore making him the best rookie in the NBA, and someone who's the people are looking at as an elite talent, a generational talent. AJ, thank you for joining us, sir. We appreciate you still slumming, even though you are now in the NBA. And coming down here and slumming with us. We appreciate it very much.
Local radio show. That shows a lot. We appreciate it. Thank you.
It shows heart. It shows your hometown, that you have some allegiance to your hometown still. So we appreciate it. All right. So take us through kind of the process of BYU season ends. Obviously, you're going to be a top 1-2 picks in the draft if things go well. There's still a pre-draft process. Can you kind of take us through what happened from the end of the BYU season until you heard your name selected?
Yes, I went to LA. It's just a lot of pre-draft workouts. You do probably 2-3 workouts a day. You're in a meal plan. I was in LA with the Red Bull facility. They kind of just working out, lifting, just doing a whole bunch of stuff for 2-3 months, because the draft's 3 months from when the season actually ends.
Is that preparation different than preparing for a college basketball season?
Yeah, it's a little different. College basketball season, you're kind of just doing regular workouts, but obviously the line's farther. You're trying to get stronger and bigger for NBA bodies, NBA physicality. You're watching NBA film, straight NBA film. You're on a meal plan, and you're just going for 3 months.
And you do these interviews with NBA teams, and you obviously have a team of people supporting you. I would take it you have an agent and you have a business manager and these things. You do not have an agent?
No.
Oh, you don't have an agent? Oh, cool. So you're handling that yourself?
Well, not me, but
yeah, but you have people, but you're not going with an agency.
No.
Oh, okay, cool. So did you have someone preparing you for these NBA teams interviews, pre-draft interviews?
Yeah.
Okay, you did. Can you give us any of the advice that they shared with you on how to handle it, or how teams might try to trip you up?
Yeah, some teams try to trick you. I didn't really get tricked, but it's just kind of going there by yourself. And try to be yourself. Don't try to fake it, because these are people that's going to be with you for every single day. So just kind of be authentic, ask questions, what you want to know.
Okay.
I'm going to adjust your mic there a little bit, AJ.
Okay. And then, AJ, one of the great things is that you obviously, the shoe deal, besides money, do you have have you always as a kid had this like a graphic or a color scheme for colorways for a shoe that you would be the AJ shoe if it was ever to be made?
It's not just one colorway; it's a whole bunch of colorways.
Okay, but have you thought of it before? Have you designed it before as a kid?
No, I never designed it, but when I get my own shoe, I probably have an idea of what colors I want on it.
Yeah, okay. So you've been thinking about that, because that's sort of the dream, is that when you get, one of the dreams is that when the shoe company gives you carte blanche to do whatever you want with the shoe, you were never a kid at home fantasizing about that, sketching it out a little bit?
No, I wasn't really sketching it out. I don't really draw.
Okay, all right. I understand what you're saying. All right, so was there any question in your mind before the draft that Washington was taking you?
No, in my mind, no. I was expecting myself to be number one pick.
You were. So, but there's always that uncertainty. As much as you might know and have that belief, there's still got to be that momentary, I would hope, some kind of elation or some kind of excitement when you actually hear it, because you know and you think, and you're trying to manifest it in every way you can, but it's until it actually happens, you don't really know.
You don't know until it actually happens. So I was definitely excited when my name got called, but I didn't really plan on going anything less than one. So
right. Yeah,
that's how you get to be the number one pick.
Yeah,
you just believe the entire time that you're going to be the number one overall.
Well, you were
pick.
dressed for the occasion too.
Thank you.
Yeah, you looked very nice. Can you kind of describe what you were wearing at the draft?
Yes, I went to Paris to go get my outfit. It was by Kenzo. They dressed it head to toe. Kind of designed me, tailored me. I wanted a little oversized. And I had like the 2 pins on my left side, which was the Congolese and Jamaican flag where my parents are from. And on the right side was Terrence Clark's pin, who couldn't be with us, but obviously he's a Boston legend. And I went boots, some glasses, and I was gone.
Did you have a watch?
Yeah, I had a rainbow face on.
Okay.
Oh, Hardy.
This
you
is
could get
a
a
watch
fake
guy
one of
right
those.
here.
Lickety split.
Big time watch
I can
guy.
set you up with a WhatsApp number. The guy does amazing super clones. You know, you don't have to spend the big money. If you're especially if you're going without an agency. It's like, keep all the money. Super clone, it's the way to go. Nobody knows the difference.
I'm a clone type of guy, but you do you.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you.
It's everything like having an expensive watch except for having that watch. It's like, it's a good way to not even fool yourself.
I'm interested in the pre-draft stuff, especially when it comes to the diet, because working out, like, that's something you can actually see, and you can see the gains, and you can see, physically, what you're building toward. Was the diet the more difficult part of that when they're trying to get you like into that realm and that mindset?
I already don't eat, so they had me eating like 4 times a day. It was like 5,000 calories a day.
Because you didn't eat enough?
Yeah, I didn't eat. I burned so much that I wasn't eating enough to gain weight. So
Okay.
I had to go overboard on the eating. So I gained weight. So I gained like 9.5 pounds.
Okay, and pure muscle, I'm sure. But in terms of what they had you eating, was that kind of a drag? Like,
the food wasn't that great. I had to do what I had to do.
What did they have you eating?
It was like brown rice and asparagus and.
Oh.
It was very repetitive. I mean, food was good like for the first week, but it's just very repetitive. It's like in a box and you warm it up. Yeah.
They're like that scientific
portion.
about it.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, and they changed your workout routine, you said, a little bit, because it's different than in season.
Yeah, I mean, it's just you're going harder. You're going harder. The line's farther back. You're doing more conditioning. You're lifting heavier weights. It's kind of just you're doing everything a little bit harder.
Yeah. Was any of it surprising to you? Like
the workouts? Nah.
Okay.
Kind of expected it.
Right.
So now, how familiar are you with the area where you're going to be living? Do you have an idea of where you're going to be? What that setup is going to be like? Because it's totally different. I mean, you've been from here to Utah, and now it's D.C. or somewhere in the surrounding area. Do you know where?
Yeah, I'm not super familiar, but I've been there plenty of times.
Okay.
I looked at some houses, so I'll probably get settled in about a few weeks.
Okay. You looking forward to that? You got something in mind, like, how you're going to be living, and what the setup is going to be like?
A little bit. I mean, I kind of my mom doing that.
Okay. Is there something you're thinking for your mom and dad, that you are some sort of reward for putting up with you and things of that nature? Is there something that you have been thinking about to?
I've been thinking about, but they wanted.
So they have had a list of requests that they've given you.
What about a card? like a nice one from like the paper store, not like a CVS or a Walgreens card.
Give them a card?
Yeah, get them a card.
I mean, all right, if they want a card.
Yeah.
Okay.
And write something nice in it.
You can't just give them the message that's already in the card. You have to add to it and sign it. And
don't
everything.
sign it, love AJ. Just put some more in there. A couple of thoughts. I think that'd be enough, right?
Probably won't be enough, but
now, have you signed the rookie cards yet? Like, have you gone with
the rookie cards?
Yeah, with the card companies
I've
and
only
done that.
signed one rookie card. You get one on draft night. You sign that, so there's only one out right now.
Okay, so that's crazy. I've always wondered about this. Okay, so you become a pro, and obviously you get the league. I don't know how it works, the Players Association, whatever. There's a deal with a card company or 2 card companies or whatever. But somewhere out there is floating around a piece of paper with your face on it that could be worth like $1 million. Like the number 1 pick in the draft, signed first ever card. Like that card could be worth $1 million. You understand how that's like strange, right? Like it's got to be strange for you to go, like somebody's opening up a pack of cards, and because my image is on it, that's worth $1 million.
So you're saying it's strange?
What did you? Yeah, it's like a picture of me is worth $1 million. Like what? Like just hard to conceptualize. Like that just my face is worth $1 million.
Feels nice.
Okay, it just seems like someone is going to profit $1 million off of you just by nature of opening up a pack of cards.
Sucks. But
There you go. Thank you. That's what I was looking for
right
you
there.
all along. Now, okay, this is, I think, something that is good for everyone. You grew up in Brockton. Obviously, you're tall and physically gifted, but as you stated, now even preparing for the draft, you had to work really hard. There's plenty of kids that are tall and gifted. You played against a lot of them, and they haven't ended up where you're at. So if you're talking to kids right now about like the mentality of greatness, like you're still a young guy, but to get not to what you had to go through to kind of keep progressing, like, do you have any words of wisdom to kids?
Just staying down, even if you're not seeing like rapid improvements. Just keep staying in the gym. I mean, even if it's not the gym, like if you want to be something else that's not a basketball player, just keep preparing on your craft. Because like eventually, time going by, like you'll end up starting to see results starting to be good.
Is that the one thing that you see like other people kind of like missing out on is, it's like, I don't know what, I've got this, I might have the physical attributes. It's just the willingness to stick with it. It's like you just have to, because you see people give up all the time. And I'm sure there were times when you didn't see the improvement and you just kind of, plateaued after a while, but you just stuck with it.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't better than a lot of kids like growing up. I mean, I was always like tall and everything, but kind of stayed the course, and eventually got to where I was.
Yeah. Are there adults your age, guys that you played against from around here that you see could be playing in the NBA?
Yeah, there's probably a couple that's in college right now that I'll probably enter within the next few years. I know Ibuka, he played for Brewster. He was in my rookie draft class. I think he got drafted like 24th or something like that. So.
Okay. Yeah, and do you keep a relationship with any of those guys, that like local guys that you might have played AAU with at an earlier age?
Yeah, I mean, I'd be tapped in here and there, but I'd be so busy, so.
Right.
I'd be all over the place.
Okay, so you throw out the first pitch at Fenway. You're throwing the first pitch out for the Nationals coming up, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What else have you been doing? Like, what have you been planning? I know you're big on going back to Brockton and doing stuff for the community. Like, what's some stuff that you've done, and do you have anything planned in the future?
Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely come back and keep doing my annual giveaways. If that's the backpack giveaways, or that's like the sneakers to basketball teams, I'm gonna continue to do that.
Yeah, and you still feel like it, like very close to that community. You still feel very close to it. So you're gonna continue that. You're gonna always be that way.
Yeah.
All right, and you feel love from that, I would imagine.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, that's got to be nice. Well, AJ, look, you did it. I mean, you've done everything you needed to do so far. I mean, you did everything you needed, and that's a really good draft class. And like a elite draft class, you were the best. You were the guy that went number one, and we have to hand it to you. I mean, that's all hard work. That's all everything that you needed to do, and you did it. You had a suit tailor-made. You flew to Europe to get it done, and that's something.
And a real watch.
And you wore a real watch to the thing. It wasn't a clone.
But you do you, Hardy. But the clone.
There is a WhatsApp number.
If there's one thing you could do before you move on, and I know you'll be back in Brockton a lot, but if you could reopen that Little Caesars in Brockton, I mean, the $5 hot and readies were so good. And I would pop in there when I go down under the Lowe's in Brockton.
He looked at his watch when you said that.
Because he's trying to get it done today. He doesn't have a lot of time.
He looked at his watch to go is this thing over yet? Because I was wrapping it up, and then he looked at it and he was like, there's a film crew here. He's like, I want to go.
Forgive me for making one selfish request. AJ, thank you for coming in again.
Good to see you again.
Congratulations.
And that's Pistons money anyway. That Little Caesars money. He doesn't want anything to do with that.
That's right.
All right, AJ, congratulations, man. We mean it. All right. AJ DeBonza, we'll be back in just a moment.
You're listening to Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
Hey, it's Wallach with one question. Have you placed a squad
Nicholas, text us that picture of ourselves. John didn't need to be in it. I don't think he was in any rush to stay.
I felt bad about that. Sorry.
Well, what the hell are we supposed to do?
I know. I was in the middle of a
around.
live read. He only had like 30 seconds. I get it.
I don't think we were in the position to go like, wait a second.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Let
John's
Wallach
gotta-
finish.
Let John finish.
That's right.
No,
I completely understood
No,
that.
thank you because
completely get it.
I do not feel bad about that
No,
because
no,
there's
no.
nothing we could have
And
done.
and I don't either, so don't worry.
Like if
about
I
it.
had a live read, I would have been like, go. I would have been like, go ahead.
Yeah.
Like
No, no.
what the hell do I know? It's happened before.
Yeah.
I've had live reads and you don't get the picture taken, but I do need Nicholas to send that because if anything, that gets us.
Keep
maybe
filibustering. Hardy needs to watch this.
Maybe something.
No, I know what's going to happen. I 100% believe that Scheffler missed that putt on the playoff hole, and that was maybe 5 feet, maybe a 5-footer. So Victor Hovland won the playoff at the Travelers just moments ago.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Oh.
Only one playoff hole.
But it's sudden death, baby.
No, I know, but I didn't. I know they were going to play it again and again and again.
Yeah.
First of all, Rob, go ahead.
Hey, love the show, guys. Hey, listen, AJ DeBoss is going to be great. I think he's a really good kid. He does a lot for the community, and he probably will continue to do that. But he does not give a good interview. That was hard to understand. At one point, Hardy said, let me adjust your mic. I just think he needs to be polished a bit.
I blame Wallach. He throws everybody off who comes in here.
He is.
Yeah, he's had a bad day to begin with.
Yes,
so.
he's having a rough day.
The kid's 19 years old. He came in. It's like a local radio thing. What I do think is funny, though, is we did get him to like crack like 3 times, but he makes himself stop smiling, which I think is funny. Like if you, I don't know if you watched it on YouTube, but if you watch the interview on YouTube, it's like because like I know he doesn't like want to talk that much, right? So like, and he's nice, but like it's like it's like I'm trying like anything to like get there, and it's funny because my questions sometimes will go on and on and on because I'm like reading his face and trying to think of some other way to put it, and then finally like I'll get him to smile, or Hardy will get him to smile, and then he immediately makes himself stop smiling, which I'm not making up, and it's not a way to cope.
Yeah.
I am telling you that that's what happened.
Yeah.
Like he legitimately laughed at the Hardy wanting to leave thing, and he made himself stop smiling. So there you go. What are you going to do?
Tell Nick to enjoy Marshfield. I grew up in Marshfield. If he needs supply Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Brant Rock Market probably has some for him, and enjoy his staycation, I guess.
Appreciate that. I'm glad you know
who
the
else
place.
grew up in Marshfield? Nick. So it's not like this is a big trip for Nicholas either.
He knows all the places to get Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That's great.
Oh, I didn't realize he grew up there. I just thought he was visiting.
No. He's even that lame. He's just going to where he grew up. And he does. Nick knows where to get Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It's when he's asleep. That's where and when he falls asleep.
Oh.
Even though he wasn't really asleep. So now that all hangs in the balance. By the way, this email segment is powered by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers. If you've been hurt in a car or work accident, you got to get Glassman. Don't just send an email. Call all sevens. It's 617-777-7777 or visit gottagetglassman.com. All right. Do you guys have anything that you want to start with?
You guys had that Tony Danza, who's the boss discussion this morning. It wasn't a discussion as much as it was a brand new benchmarked bit that we'll be bringing back, I'm guessing weekly.
Sure.
Because it was the type of
Ryan,
thing.
I liked the segment. I thought it worked for what it was.
Thank you.
It was, we didn't go into it going, you know what? Let's redefine the genre.
Well, Mitch in New Bedford said that is a sitcom that could use a modern reboot. So, Hardy, what would Zoe's the Boss sound like?
Ooh.
Well, you got to get. I need a scenario. What is a plot point for Zoe's the Boss?
Something about.
Fred, are you listening?
I am. What's a plot point for Zoe's the Boss? I read the email and chose not to go with it because I didn't really know what we were supposed to say. Okay, I can do this. Okay. Thank you. All right. If you're going to do Zoe, then we can do this.
No, I mean,
All right.
I'll do it, but
Zoe.
here's the thing.
Zoe accidentally texts out a bunch of stuff.
Right.
Zoe accidentally texts out a bunch of stuff.
All right, because but here's the thing: 4th of July is Saturday. Okay, so I already got my shirt, but the shirt's coming off because 4th of July. You take the shirt off at some point, and when that comes off, then it's a party. Right?
You're on the boat with the yacht rock, the whole thing, right?
Yeah. You got a boat? Nick's got a boat. Motorboat. You can boat and motorboat Nick. Look at that. You got a couple.
Would you like to motorboat, Nick?
Yeah. No. I'll motorboat him. Yeah, I'll do it.
You would?
No, I'm not going to do that.
Now, I don't think you're in this
Why'd you
week.
do it?
I don't think you're in this week because you're going
I'm
down.
here now.
Because you're going down to the Cape.
I just came off the Cape. I came up. It was at 6 o'clock this morning and got up and I was like, oh, can't do this. I can't work. Come here. We'll talk baseball. Stupid.
Now, what do you do on the Cape? How do you enjoy your trips to the Cape?
I'm going to Cape. I'm going to Falmouth.
Which is not on Cape Cod.
I don't know.
Like that is Cape Cod.
I know. I saw the bridge, but it's Falmouth.
It's like its own thing.
Yeah. They got a whole thing there. It's nice. You should come down. Just come down.
Oh, you mean it? I'll text you.
No, I mean not now.
Yeah, right. Okay.
I got a place down there.
Now you have a place down there. When'd you buy it?
No, not my place. But you come to my place.
But when you didn't buy it though?
What's up, Beaton?
Have you ever been the only person in the house in the Cape?
Look at Beaton sitting back there. Nice headphones.
You get that at the bad headphone store, right? Yeah.
Shut, Wally.
Now we're rolling.
There you go. Zoe's the boss.
There you go. Zoe's the boss. I didn't know if you were going to do. I didn't know you were going to do the impression. Now that I have that, we could fill the time.
That interview with Adolfo, this is from Matt and Shirley, was reminiscent of when Stern would ask Eric, the actor, to show his room to see the bed he would have relations with, or as Artie claimed, the guy in his bed. I think Adolfo was just reluctant to show, the clutter around him. But I don't ever remember seeing Eric the actor on camera during his many appearances on the Howard Stern show. Would they ever have a camera on him? I don't remember that.
The only pictures I've ever seen of Eric the actor are him at the Bunny Ranch. There's a photo of him at the Bunny Ranch with Air Force Amy, who John's aware of.
I'm well aware of Air Force Amy.
Air
yes.
Force Amy had sex with Eric the actor, and there's a picture of him like kind of Kramer or Costanza on like the pillow. The famous Costanza photo when he was trying to seduce the woman at the. Well, I mean, these are the old days at the old photo development place. Mm-hmm. It's a great episode of Seinfeld. That's also the one where they're hitting on the guy at the horse track is hitting on Elaine.
It's the one where they get brought in for the stereo mail fraud.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they do, and because he was in, because Newman was in Basic Instinct, they do a takeoff of the Basic
Pretty
Instinct.
hot under those lights, isn't it, Seinfeld? Actually, I'm quite comfortable.
And he's got a root beer. We played that, see, for a game that you didn't really care for, short of our own failings during that last interview, it's the thing we've got an email the most about. Timus says, an effing football. So there was a scene that we played. So you're laughing. There was a scene that we played where I had set it up that Samantha, it was in the first season, Samantha, Tony Danza's young daughter, he was very uncomfortable giving her something. He says it. He throws it to her. It crinkles. Yeah. Now, before a football is referenced, so when I said, "What is it, John?" He said, "A football." And then Hardy said, "No, it's a bra of some kind." And I went, "Aha, there you go," because he's uncomfortable giving it. So John took the uncomfortable giving it to a daughter, the crinkling, and and the fact that like, what is it? A football was said sarcastically in front of it. John just said football.
Yeah, he said in Tony's explanation, he said there comes a point in a woman's life where it becomes hard for her to do things like catch a football. And blah 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 blah. So when John pressed for an answer, he just said football,
which is much like how we got to this whole foodie thing. Is because you said, "Are you a foodie?" And he just goes, "Yes."
Yes.
He goes, "Yes, that. Stop. Whatever stops.
Full
this,
stop.
Whatever stops this talk. Well, it's what I am." It says, "Does John just repeat whatever Ken Jennings says for the clue while watching Jeopardy?"
I thought of that very thing when that was going on.
He was in the Velvet Underground, later became known as a mercurial, difficult, but brilliant solo artist. The Velvet Underground? You guys have to make this running bit of asking him questions with clues in the question. I already asked Hardy about that. With clues in the question and see how many times he just regurgitates the information. Dumb bird.
TPC River Highlands is host to what signature event on the PGA Tour? What is TPC River Highlands? No. You got to come up with something else other than what you just heard.
Got it.
Yeah.
I got this big long thing from someone who seems in the know, saying that I'm going to have to pay for that tire on the rental car, but that's not the way it sounded to me.
It's not the way it's going down so far, baby.
No, it's not the way it sounded to me.
What is the? Did they come out and do it, or do you have to?
I'm gonna have. They said that I could. Well, this I know. They said that I could have their people do it, but I know that would cost me.
Right.
So if I have AAA do it, then I drive it back, and I bring. I guess I'll just bring the tire back with me, like the ruined tire. I'll just put it in the trunk or something, and then I don't see having to pay for a new tire. I think that just is something, because that's it just seems like that's like damage that's a no fault damage, right? Like,
right.
It's like it's not.
You weren't driving over a bed of nails. It's and the car is drivable when you brought it back. You shouldn't have to. I mean, as long as the car is functional,
right,
and you didn't do any major bodywork damage to it.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
too,
you should be able to drive it back. They're not going to charge you for that.
That it's not like it's not user error, because even if I drove, I didn't. But say I drove over a nail, or I drove over something like on a street, like that's kind of just the way streets are.
Yeah.
You know,
that's got to be no.
We've
fault.
all gotten flat tires, and it doesn't mean that we did anything.
You didn't go off-roading with it.
I did not go. It's a Nissan or something.
Yeah,
it's a sedan.
You didn't put the sedan in harm's way. It just happened.
I believe it is a Nissan.
I thought you had a Kia or a Hyundai.
Oh, Hyundai, maybe. Hyundai. I have a Hyundai.
Okay. I want to back John up on one thing, but also take you to task on something else.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
You mentioned during your London vacation that you're going to be going to Buckingham Palace and the Tower of
all
London.
the touristy stuff, right.
Big Ben, Parliament, and you mentioned Windsor Castle.
Yes.
Somebody reached out and said Windsor Castle is not in London.
No, it's a bus trip. We're taking a bus trip out to
22-minute train ride from what I looked up. So, okay, I wanted to back you up or chastise you, depending if you thought it was there. But the other thing, someone and the subject line of the email makes a lot of sense, which is Wallach is a selfish prick. And to that I say, sure. But he said, it seems like he has a disorder of trying to make his kids happy and take them on vacations they actually want to go, but instead he plans vacations to London, Paris, and blah, 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 blah. I think, A, your kids are old enough now to where, okay, maybe they're not going to get off on, going to see Parliament. But some of the other stuff, because my kids were even younger when we went there, and they still talk about that trip.
London's way easier. Like, I'm not giving John a hard time about this. Like, when you go to Paris, there's, like, the language thing, and, like, everything there is to appreciate in Paris is sort of, like a cultural and artistic, and it's that vibe of the city. It's, like, very like nuanced in a way. I'm not expressing myself well, but London's just like a big city where there's like a lot going on.
There's so much to do, and like there's so many things there, and even like the quote unquote boring stuff ends up being really cool. And your kids are not even really kids anymore; they're young men.
Yes.
These boys.
16.
Yeah.
He throws them balls.
Right.
Uncomfortably throws them the ball, and then it crinkles when they catch it. That's a callback.
We've got
No, you'll have a good time.
No,
especially if you go to Wimbledon. I'll be very jealous. I've always wanted to go.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know that he's going. He's going to go do the wait in line at 6 o'clock.
For
in the morning.
grounds passes, yes. That is what we are doing because tickets were just god-awful
they're
expensive.
so expensive because I remember one time I was, when I was married, we were looking for something to do in the summer that we didn't have to bring kids. And I was like, we could go to Wimbledon for a couple of days and then hang out in London. Because Wimbledon, it's cool because it's like really close by tube.
Nice.
You know, I've been there
The
before.
underground.
Sure.
The underground, right? It's like I think we were somewhere where it was like 2 stops away. But it was ridiculous. And then I had to think, like, do I really care that much about Wimbledon? Which I don't. Like, I probably wouldn't even watch it on TV. But there is that, like, romance of, like, going to it. And the whole festivities, the whole, tradition of it and everything. I thought I would enjoy. And it's so close to a major city that I love. But you're right. It is very, very, very expensive. Rob, go ahead. So we didn't do it. Rob, go ahead.
Hey, Fred. I'm just trying to help you out with the tire situation. I had the exact same problem with the Hertz rental car. They're gonna try to charge you up the wazoo if you don't fix the tire and put it back on. I went to return the car with the spare on. They were like, "We're gonna charge you for the full tire if we have to plug it." I said, all right. So I went and plugged it, brought it back in the trunk, and they were like, well, if we have to put it on, we're still going to charge you for the full tire. So I went back to the place. I went and put the tire on myself. So you have to fix the tire, put it back on, bring the car back like that, or else they're going to charge you hundreds of dollars.
I can't just pull something out and plug it, so they're going to charge me for the tire. I mean, there's nothing. It's too big a. It's
sure,
not. I can't fix it.
Bring it to like someplace that'll fix the tire, and they'll charge you 1/10 of the price.
I understand, but I don't. But it's not like there was a nail in it. There's the air of the tire left in a rapid rate. It wasn't. Believe me, I would have returned it yesterday.
Sidewall blowout.
If not exactly the sidewall, but it was. It's on the. You can almost see it like on the bottom of the tire. But the thing is that if I could have driven it to Enterprise and left it, and just gone like, hey, like I'm returning my car.
Yeah.
Because if there was just like a nail in the tire, I would have just returned the car and gone here. Yeah. But no, I mean, look, if it's a whole thing about, I guess I'll just have to pay for the tire. We'll see what they say those tires cost. Because you can't be telling me that they're on Pirellis or something.
I was just going to say, it's not.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, look, just chalk it up to everything else that's costing me $1 trillion right now. Between him getting that body work done on my son on his car and everything else, and anyway, my ex-wife has to split it with me. So, so I wonder if she would challenge that because I was driving the car, even though I'm being nice by driving the car.
Make her fix the tire. Put some coveralls on.
She's a dame, and not like one of Fonzie's that worked at the garage.
Right.
All right, look, we'll break. We'll be right back.
Sports Hub headline.
Red Sox got a Jarren Duran RBI single in the bottom of the 10th inning to cap a 3-run rally, and they completed a 4-game sweep of the Yankees 5-4 at Fenway Park last night. They host a
So let me tell you something here, Fred.
Yeah.
You claim to not be a fan of the Proclaimers, even their hit song "I'm Gonna Be 500 Miles," but everyone else is, as the love affair with Scotland continues, both here in North America due to their fans in the World Cup, and now even overseas with the American-based rock band known as Metallica, who apparently are still on their M72 World Tour. Pretty sure I saw the M72 World Tour 2 years ago.
You saw it in 72 when it started.
I saw it a couple of years ago. I took the boy to see Metallica at Gillette Stadium. Well, Metallica playing in Dublin did a Pogue song during the Kirk and Bob Doodle session. This is where Robert Trujillo and Kirk Hammett just get up there and kind of do some noodling on the guitar and bass.
Robert Trujillo, of course, was in Suicidal Tendencies.
Right, real low point of the show. And they try out it's terrible. And they do a couple of different songs, each night. And even though they were not in Scotland, they were in Dublin, they decided to take a go at the Proclaimers. Now, I dare you to tell me you don't like the song after hearing this version of it.
I take it back, the Proclaimers are really good.
And now you like the song.
Like, now I see that it can be done worse. What do they do? They stick around up there in front of an arena, a stadium?
I guess James and Lars need a breather, so they just get up there and...
I'd rather hear a bass solo than just dicking around. Like, this is like something you do it like warming up for a rehearsal, or like.
And they're in Ireland. They're like, they're Scottish.
They didn't know. Why don't you just do Thin Lizzy? You can't go wrong.
Hell yeah. Boys are back in town, man.
You know, when you go to Dublin, there's that dude from Thin Lizzy. He's well represented. Or you could even play Fastway.
Play fastball.
And you will skiddly diddly diddly did say what you will.
All you got to do if you're going to cover...
That's how you do the chords on it.
If you're covering Thin Lizzy, all you have to do is get up there and say, if that chick don't want to know, forget her. Just one of the best lines of rock and roll history. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
If that chick don't want to know, forget her.
Just like, what are you doing today? Well, we're playing for like 80,000 people. What are you going to do?
Dick around.
Dick around with some things we've thought about for 5 seconds before we went on stage.
But only for like 12 minutes.
But you know the two famous original members? They're gone. So it's just the two of you. The two less... One guy no one knows, and the other guy who is known the least. So this is like a big time... You realize that no one cares about you, so... You're going to do something to win them over, right? Oh, no. No.
Where they may be indifferent to us now, that we're going to turn them against us.
Yeah, we want people leaving.
Yeah.
Kirk Hammett loves horror movie memorabilia.
Yeah, he does.
Which makes him really creepy. All right, that'll do it for us, everyone. Have a great day. Bye.
Talk to you tomorrow.